Alright, look, man. I saw, I think it was the double agent. I saw the double agent post this on Twitter. And I was like, oh, this might be good content for, a reaction. And I first looked at it. 3 goddamn hours. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely not doing this. But then I was like, this could really be good content. And then I'm not forcing myself to do it. I mean, I'm not forcing myself. I actually do want to do this, honestly. It probably will be a good video. I'm interested to see this guy's opinion. Caw Coffee, I think that's what his name is. Caw Coffee. Go subscribe to him. This video probably took him months to do. And I respect him for doing that. We got our ramen here, bro. Let's just get into it.
Warning, the following program contains multiple references to sexual assault, physical abuse, and suicide. Okay. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm gonna guess sad is probably one of the worst hits.
The first ever non-annual Worst Hits of the 2010s award.
Thank you. Is this thing on? Why is this thing on? This is gonna get annoying to edit fast. Cut that, we're just doing a video here. That's much better. Anyways. The 2010s, what a decade. There was so much great music, so many wonderful hits. Truly, it was a time to be alive. One of the times to be alive of all
decade.
time. Anyways, there was also a lot of crap.
I'm sexy and I know.
Aw, bro. Do you think, like, are there any people except, like, 4-year-olds who actually like this song? Like, the beat is awful. The vocals are awful. The lyrics are awful. Didn't this hit number 1? Did this hit number 1? I think it hit top 5 on Billboard. But, like, oh my gosh, like, as a society, like, how did we let this happen?
I haven't made a proper worst list on this channel because rambling on about how songs suck and make me mad and how they're the death of music.
So I got the spicy beef
isn't something I really
ramen cup, and I put
also,
some Frank's Hot on it.
This isn't Hey Soul Sister by Train. I was lied to. But yeah, no. It's hard for me to really
Is that gonna be on the list?
Pop songs for sounding unpleasant or being dumb or aging poorly or whatever else. Most of the time, I just forget about the bad stuff and remember the good stuff. Which is, you know, what pop
That's probably the
music
best
has
thing
been
to
about since
do.
the beginning. There's been tons of terrible songs that got insanely big throughout the entire history of popular music, and nobody really cares. We don't linger on them. We linger on Linger by the Cranberries because it's really good.
That's a fucking great song. Finally, some fucking Linger appreciation.
So yeah, no. Well, I'm going to be talking about some of the most god-awful atrocities to ever grace the charts throughout the previous decade. I'm not really angry about these songs existing. Most of them have already been memory hold anyways. Who really cares? Nah, we're gonna have a nice, calm, peaceful chat about these songs and why they suck so much. And the format's gonna be a bit different, too. We're going to go year by year, listing out all the potential candidates for worst hit of the year in fairly short form, speedrunning the worst list, if you will, and picking the ultimate loser out of the bunch. And then we'll cap things off with a proper ranked worst list that'll culminate in what is the definitive, factually correct worst hit song of the 2010s, in my opinion, objectively. And just to clarify, like with my best list, I'm only including songs that made a Billboard year-end from 2010 to 2019. Yeah. If it's not on one of those lists, it won't be in this video either.
This is already long enough. Imagine him not going by the year-end. Jesus
Billboard's
Christ.
rules, not mine, and I don't particularly feel like propping up awful songs that are already being lost to the sands of time. Not worth it. Plus, like, have you seen how long this video is? Jesus.
Oh yeah, I have, yeah.
Feel free to watch this video in parts if you need to, like, say, a year at a time. I wouldn't blame you.
I'm going for the entire
that's
thing.
Enough beating around the bush. Here's 90s rock band Bush. Okay, for real though, let's kick things off with...
Okay, wait, predictions, wait. Yeah, I'm a B came out this year now. I think it did. 2010? Did Chris Brown? Yeah, Chris Brown made a song in 2010. I forgot what it was though. I don't know. Probably Chris Brown, maybe Black Eyed Peas, probably. I would say.
Alright, before we go any further, there's one thing we really need to address.
What'd I say? What'd I say?
This is Chris Brown. He's a convicted abuser who spent the entire decade making
he still
just some of the worst songs imaginable. He will be appearing a lot in this video. Yes, it is in part because of the type of person he is.
Obviously.
I have no intention of separating the art from the artist. If a bad artist makes a bad song, that's only going to make the song worse for me, and I don't care if that's unfair. Maybe they should have tried being a less terrible person, and I wouldn't have to be so unfair to them. And this does work both ways. Just because I like an artist doesn't mean I'm going to excuse their missteps. Hell, it usually makes them worse. When you have so much potential to make amazing music, the songs that crash back to earth leave even bigger craters.
Is this gonna be on the list?
Artists who've made some of my favorite songs of the decade in this video too, so those are gonna be some pretty big craters.
That probably is gonna be there. What was that? 2017? Wait. Yeah, look what it made me do.
The big question of 2010 is, will there be any song worse than Deuces? I mean, it's pretty
Probably.
gosh dang hard to top an anthem to toxic masculinity that single-handedly rebooted the dying career of an abuser with a limp beat, whiny chorus, and some of the worst guest rap verses of the decade.
I got paper.
I mean, it pretty much
2010,
speaks
alright.
for itself, right? It's a bad song that paved the way for another decade plus of other bad songs. What could be worse than that? Well,
The fuck is this?
have you ever wanted to experience the delight of having someone smacking their lips in your ears for the entirety of a song? It can
Never
be yours
heard
for
of
the
this.
low
What
price
is it?
of whoa, whoa.
What is
And
this?
if you call now, we'll throw in a rap verse for free.
Oh my god, titties. Oh shit.
Like, lyrically, this song is not bad, not offensive or anything. Hell, for the most part, it even sounds fine, sounds pretty good. If you ignore,
Yeah, it
you know,
doesn't sound
that
that bad.
slimy, wet tongue trying to get intimate with my eardrums
Oh.
the whole way through, or
was
the
that?
insufferably catchy chorus.
I'm that guy, bruh.
It's just sonically one of the worst songs ever made. An utterly miserable listening experience. Though, God bless him, Justin
Where's that
Timberlake sure
video?
tried his best to top it.
This doesn't even sound
The
bad.
biggest takeaway from this song is that Justin Timberlake's dick is a hot, fresh sausage, and he really needs to keep it in his bun.
In his bun? Like his ass?
Say it with me. Food
Put his dick in his ass?
Always terrible. Right, Katie? Right, Doja? Right?
That song is good though. Whoa.
Oh, wait, that one's a spoiler. Teehee. But hey, it doesn't have to be food.
Oh,
It
that's
can
so
also be
loud. Oh
disgusting
my god.
Too.
Oh my god, my fucking ears.
This is probably the single grossest, slimiest sounding song of the year. Men might have been a mistake. Also,
I make 'em say, just like I'm your doctor. All I prescribe is cranberry and vodka. Then I'm trying to kick it, play a little soccer, and bust a couple off. Blocka.
if you're getting this girl drunk with the intention of later having sex with her and,
Then you call your girl like, what the hell you gave me? She like, don't blame me.
even implying
What?
you like to drink to do so, I don't think you thought your implications
Classic.
do very well on this one. At least it's not, like, explicitly rape. Oh boy, we're gonna get to that discussion later, but yeah, at best this is disgusting, at worst, well, you know. And speaking of gross, it's time for the Men Being Gross lightning round.
I don't know
I'm
what
starting
this
to get the
is.
impression that Trey Songz is a less talented Chris Brown, which isn't something
That
that was
is-
possible,
that is-
but man, sure out there doing.
That is a crazy thing to say to someone. If I were him, I would be heavily fucking offended.
Yeah, though really,
Oh
there's
my
nothing
God.
egregious in the lyrics here. It just sounds wrong. This beat is sick, and I mean like on its deathbed sick. Ugh. And no, a solid Nicki verse isn't enough to redeem it.
Oh, I don't know
Mistake.
any of these.
No, these children are twisting themselves in the knots trying to justify why it's actually totally okay for them to stick their dicks in so many female dogs, when it turns out they may just be dicks. Fortunately, I know a guy who specializes in castration. Oh god, even good
Daddy's
Chris Brown isn't
home.
on it. No, I don't care that Usher is one of the most famous and talented singers in R&B. On this song, he is good Chris Brown and nothing more than that. There may be no single
Bro.
word I hate more than daddy. Nobody over the age of 5 should be using that word for any reason. It's creepy.
Oh, this is fucking ass. Yeah.
I mean, if even
This is
good
terrible.
Chris Brown couldn't escape the call of the avoid at all costs, then I shouldn't be shocked that Diet Good Chris Brown got bit by the creep of bug too. This one's more
I wish
dumb
they
than
made
gross,
bigger
but, like,
cups,
still
bro.
sucks.
Like these are just so small.
Wait, this kind of slaps.
Oh, is this that one song with the? Yeah.
Went a little like this, and twist, and twist.
Bro, that
yeah,
is
the rest of the
just-
song. Well,
jeez.
at least they're not disturbing my ears throughout the entire song.
I got Kesha's on
blah,
this
blah,
song.
blah is fine, by the way. Will not be appearing in this video. Y'all are weirdos. They can get way more annoying than that.
Man, come on, bro. You're not supposed to. This is like.
Speak of the
Like,
devil,
this is like club
this song
music.
is just like so obviously awful. It's baffling. I'd never heard it before my own ear and listen. Like, I don't even have to say anything, right?
Bro,
Like,
ludicrous.
dude,
What
you're
the
just
fuck are you
embarrassing
saying?
yourself at this point? I mean, you say how low, and then your voice gets pitched up. Looks like someone on the production team is gonna have to be put in timeout. At least you didn't embarrass yourself a second time this year, right, Luda? Right? Right?
These were hits. What the fuck?
Oh, there's the pitch down.
Never
vocals.
heard of
Yeah,
these
this isn't any
songs.
better. And Nicki doesn't even
Or these
try to
ludicrous
say this
songs, at
one.
least.
It's going down. Basement.
Damn, that bar was
Oh,
fire.
I'm in the
Put
basement
it
right now,
out.
look.
Here, I'll even hand you
I'm
the
in
wet
the basement.
blanket.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Oh God, here it comes, the moment you've all been waiting for. Play the
Yeah,
hits for me,
I
Charlie.
can't lie, little overhated, but yeah, it's still pretty bad. Like, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all love dunking on Patrick Monster Hunter. This song's a retail menace, yada
Patrick
yada.
Monster
Honestly,
Hunter.
I don't really mind it all that much. But boy howdy does it deserve every last bit of hate it gets. Nah, if we're talking a white guy with acoustic guitar song that I can't stand.
What? Okay, I don't really like this song, but I don't think it's that bad. The worst part about the song is the Travis McCoy guy. That guy's, I'm sorry, he just can't fucking rap. Was he trying to rap on the song? Yeah, he was trying to rap on it. He's like, like, bro, shut the fuck up, okay? We're only here for Bruno Mars, let's be honest.
I don't care that neither dude on this track is actually white. The plunky, cod reggae guitars, the smug, self-satisfied attitude. This is a wigwag song through and through, and nothing you can say will convince me otherwise.
Nah, it's not that bad.
Look, I get it. This song sounds fine. It's
On
perfectly
the
harmless.
same
Maybe I'm being
level
unfair to
as
this, but like,
How Low by Ludacris. Yeah.
in the year 2023, hell, even in 2010, in a world that's going to hell because
Every
the Uber
night.
are destroying the environment
Oh,
and the
wow.
economy in their attempts to rack up the highest score, the last thing I want to hear anyone sing about is wanting to be a goddamn billionaire.
I wanna be a billionaire.
No. Even with Travis singing about wanting to help people,
Give away a few Mercedes like, here lady, have this. And last but not least, grant somebody their last wish.
like, yes, I am definitely reading this innocent little fantasy in bad faith. I also don't care. Life is simply unfair, Ed Boy. Anyways, it's clear we were drowning in slop this year.
A man
This thing
can't
has gone on
dream?
long enough,
Come
so
on,
let's
buddy.
speed through the rest of these. I guess you could consider these dishonorable mentions.
Okay. Oh, what'd I say?
According to unknown laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyways, because bees don't— lol, lamau, raffle even.
And I got a
Grocery
Did
bag.
you know that this
Yeah,
infamous
put
line
the
is
fucking
just barely
song.
over a minute into an almost 5-minute song? Talk about peaking
Oh.
early.
Bro, rap songs were like so long, like back then. Like they were all like 5 or like 6 minutes. Like I didn't even realize that. I mean, I guess like people's attention spans were longer back then, but like nowadays, like rap music, like nothing really goes over 4 minutes and 30 seconds or even 4 minutes unless you're like fucking Drake or something. Or Kanye.
Aw, isn't this just precious? Also, no, Baby won't be appearing in this video either. Straight
Fuck
people,
is this?
level with me. Is this
Okay.
really what y'all find hot? Honestly, this song's biggest
Not
problem
really.
is it's just annoying. That chorus repeats so many times, man.
guns turn you boys into pussies. Sex change.
Grocery bag.
What the hell, man?
What happened? Like pushed down the stairs or something?
Right, that's about as much of that as I can
That
say.
song is overhated. It's not too bad.
Well,
It's not
that's
too
a
shabby.
Controversial take. I don't think anyone really cares about this song, honestly, but
Okay.
nobody seems to hate it either. But they probably should.
I don't even know what this is.
I'd say this is the kind of song that's stealthily awful, but honestly,
I don't really
no,
like
it
his voice.
isn't. The way this is written, the way this is framed, is so manipulative. It really rubs me the wrong way. Actually, no, even that's being too polite. I genuinely, honest to God, cannot see any way to read this other than abusive guy's girl got away from him and is living her best life, and he's trying to guilt trip specifically me about it, which is just gross, creepy, incredibly unpleasant to listen to. And it doesn't even sound like a breakup song. It sounds like friggin' Smile by Uncle Cracker.
Uncle Cracker? What the fuck is that? Uncle Cracker. Ugh, bro, what is that?
Plain.
What was
There's
those
so
vocals?
little
Well,
here,
I'm loving
you focus on the
you.
lyrics, and when you focus on the lyrics, you find an egregiously ugly song. Astonishing that this band would go on to release for the first time, while this song was still charting.
That a good song?
Shame. Anyways, back to the question we started with. Are any of these songs worse than Deuces?
No.
No. Congratulations to Deuces by Chris Brown,
Yay.
featuring Tyga and Kevin
You did
McCall. You are the worst hit song of 2010.
Oh,
Hold up, I just had a thought. Wouldn't it be pretty funny to start off every year with a Chris Brown song, you know, as a bit?
this song, okay, look.
Cause I mean,
This song isn't that bad, okay? I know some people. It's not that bad. The beat is okay. Chris Brown, but the Busta Rhymes part is actually pretty good. He probably has one of like the best. He goes fucking crazy on the song. And
he spent the
I think
entire
Low
decade
ends on
giving
this
us
song.
contenders for
Yeah,
the worst
he's
song
just
of the year
kinda
with
there.
shocking regularity. This song basically exists so Chris Brown can brag about how rich he is while flipping the middle finger to his haters, who, may I remind you, mostly hate him for the, you know, assault he did. And he also shows us his dick, so.
Oops, I said on my dick. I ain't really mean to say on my dick, but since we talking about my dick, all of you here to say hi to it.
Okay, I mean, it's a
also
bop.
just
It's a
awful.
bop.
Disease.
What?
Distant Cry cited as the
That beat
inspiration for his
is-
worst beats of all time.
it's not even
series,
that bad, come on.
which- Yeah, he's still got a long way to go if he wants
The
to make
fuck is
anything even
happening?
half this bad. Chris Brown could have totally held the bag on why this song blows, but Lil
Look
Wayne
at
also
me
decided
now.
to grace us with,
You faggot scared cause I'm too
which definitely
Whoa.
wasn't okay even in 2011. And on that note,
Now you about to feel the fucking wrath of aftermath, faggots.
you're not exempt either, Dre. Even if the rest of this song is funny bad.
Bro,
Anyway,
why do you
what were
say
we
it
doing?
like that?
Well, the point to bust this verse is the saving grace of this song,
Yeah,
which,
it's
I
fucking
mean,
fire.
yeah, it's the best part of the song, but nobody could sound, you know, good over this beat of all things.
What?
And music isn't a
Well, nah,
zero-sum
no,
game.
no,
A terrible
nah.
song can still have one decent part, but
That's
I sure
fire,
I'm gonna
bro.
listen to the
Come
rest
on.
of the song just for that one
He's going,
part.
bro.
So,
Look at the
yeah,
screen. He's going
what's
crazy.
around
Come
this
on,
year,
man.
then? No,
That's
Enrique, you
just
definitely
trash.
aren't. You've seen the ace flag in my icon, right? Keep your dick in your pants. Thanks. This song is just so deeply uncomfortable, it makes me feel impure. It's a song that'll cleanse me of these things.
No.
Oh Christ, this schlock. Like, there's nothing especially wrong with this song, because every single last one of his edges is so sanded down, every last drop of personality wrung out, in an attempt to make the most normal song possible. The least offensive, least thought-provoking, least human
I can
song.
see why you wouldn't
And
like
in
that.
doing so, it really pisses me off.
We don't need to rush this. Let's just take it slow.
Like, this is so goddamn chaste, it's sickening. Which, again, I'm asexual, and even I'm telling y'all this song is too goddamn sexless. This is music from mindless flesh sacks grown in the government lab, not actual living people.
It's
Jesus
just
Christ.
radio
Thinking
music,
about
honestly.
it, country really did not have a great 2011, huh? I made a 15-song best list for this year, and there was only one song on it that you could have
15?
shared to be called country,
This guy-
if you squinted really hard.
This guy,
on
like,
the other hand,
overworks himself. 15 songs. This is the
Look, Jason Aldean sucks. He's always sucked.
I just look like a
Anyone who's seen,
Latino.
that other song coming from a mile away. Considering the whole blackface thing, and the cheating on his wife thing, and the transphobic nonsense, but he's also just one of the worst performers in Nashville. Any song he participates in is weighed down by his presence. He has no charisma, no grit in his voice, no, like, talent. And so we come to Bro Country's first taste of mainstream success, a song where Jason the Aldean tries to have smolder of all things. But because he is Jason from Maldives, he doesn't, so all you're left with is a miserable sludge of a song. And also, he tries to rap.
Back in the day, Potts Farm was a place to go. Load a truck up here.
Oh hell no!
So
Fuck
yeah,
off.
most pathetic song of the year for sure. Country
Are you gonna
Girl
be
Shake Your
racist
Slaps,
and
by the
also
way.
take
Definitely not appearing in this
rapping
video.
from
And
black
I'd
culture?
love to
Come
say
on,
I'm
bro.
done picking on country for now, but gosh dang, women sure are stupid, aren't they? Hard har har. I believe men to be the superior specimen of the human species. Hee hee ho ho. God, this is so utterly condescending.
He's right, bro. What do you
Men were
mean?
a mistake.
Come on, buddy. Man on top. Boys rule,
Nothing really
girls
You
drool.
could call this a gaslighting anthem, but I honestly think Eli Young's just a douchey idiot, which is a problem in of itself, and that so many men are just like this. But that's really nothing new, boys. Hello again,
fuck?
you anthropomorphic sperm. Really, I'm already past how
This is gonna say anthropomorphic sperm.
That doesn't even faze me at this point. That's just their thing.
Wait, what'd he
These
say?
sentiments. How utterly gross and toxic these guys are, like... That doesn't even faze me at this point.
What?
That's just their thing.
Want a
These
new
sentiments.
boy
No, the
in
real
you.
problem here is how ugly
Does he mean him or him putting the boy in her?
Like, the synths here are incredibly harsh, the melodies are skeevy and awkward, there's way too much vocal layering. It's like they wanted to fill up all the empty space in the song with noise to make sure everyone was paying full attention to them the entire time. TikTok hits could never. Oh, and you want to hear the 2012 re-release? I just, I
There's
can't.
too much
can't
going
even.
on.
Though, that brings up an interesting point. 2012 was the peak of the Hell Noise Roulette, and don't worry, we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But 2011 was when the club
Hell
really started
Noise
sprinting in that
Roulette.
direction, leading to stuff like...
Alright, look. Whoa, 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 oh my god! This guy's going rapid fire.
As someone who loves harsh, abrasive metal and even some good electronic violence, I genuinely don't understand how you can listen to
I
stuff
was
like this.
gonna say that dirty bit. A little overhated, you know. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bop. You know, nothing special, okay? I'm just
But
saying.
people did, or well, they were forced to by the radio, cause streaming wasn't a major player yet. You know what else probably shouldn't have been blasting over people's car speakers? Oh, you knew it was coming. I've been waiting so long to pick a fight with this little turd.
What? What? This song? Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I need to stand up for this one. Never mind, I just want to use some talkies. What? Pumped up kicks? Really? God, I'm so fat. Okay, that's still yet. That's very surprising. I thought like he was just like showing that to just okay. Interesting. I want to see his take on this.
Like, let's be blunt. Even if you can look past the lyrics, and oh god, that's a big ass, considering the song's so edgy lyrics from the perspective of a school shooter didn't play well in 2011, much less in 2023. Yes, even if it's just a sheltered white kid's modern day outlaw cowboy power fantasy, I don't care, but even if you look past that, the song also just sounds bad.
Does it? Doesn't sound that bad.
I mean, if you're a fan of exactly one limp, turgid bass line repeating throughout the entire song, whispery, whimpery vocals, friggin' whistling, and just absolutely no edge whatsoever, the out-the-edge aspect of the song sure didn't extend past its lyrics, huh? Then yeah, sure, maybe you'll enjoy something about this song, but this already sucked at the time, and it only sounds worse and worse the more songs we get that sound exactly like it, but better. Yes, even I ain't worried. Alright, we're about done.
Okay, no, fuck off. You say I ain't worried is better than pumped up kicks? What? That's crazy. Okay.
This year, but before I get to the last big one I want to tackle, here's a smattering of hogwash I don't feel like spending too much time on.
I don't feel like doing anything.
I mean, hey, you said it, not me. This is cloying and lame, but it's still better than Billionaire. Man, Bruno really did used to suck, huh?
Yeah, it is.
God, even by 2011, this already sounded dated as heck. Like, this
Look,
is just Lollipop again, except...
the hook isn't bad.
No, it is literally just Lollipop again, which also sucks. We didn't need it a second time. Oh, and speaking of Wayne... Look, y'all, this kind of rap is just never gonna be my thing. Wayne's just yelling at me for 4 straight minutes while the beat's nothing but pounding percussion and an obnoxious looping sample. It's a migraine in song form. Also, the Banana Boat song? Really? What a weird and random sample. Sure hope nobody else sampled that song this year. Oh god damn it, and Show Me Love too? This is just a goddamn rave.dj matchup. Years before that app even existed. No wonder you realize so TikTok savvy. Huh.
You guys lick your chips, your talkies like this?
As an icon of cringe
that
revered
gay?
all across the world, I feel I'm more than qualified to say that there's like a very specific type of thing that's fair and reasonable to call cringe, and this is
Ooh.
cringe.
My cam isn't good enough for this.
I do not believe
Whoa.
even for a second that J-Lo was party people or black, which she clearly wants to be on this track. Yeah, that's the part of this that I'm calling
Does she?
cringe. She was 41 when she released this. God.
41. Hold on, bro. Tired.
Speaking of white people being embarrassing, is J-Lo white? Kinda? Well, anyways, yeah, the song sure is lame as all hell, innit? I don't really have anything else to say about it other than, well, play the line, Bart.
And it kinda looks just like you. Mixed with Zach Galifianakis.
Ah, don't we all just love a good chuckler? Anyways.
What? What? This guy has some hot takes. I mean, this guy looking like me, bro. Damn, bro. Crazy guy's hot takes. Okay. I mean, look, I can't say anything because I like Last Night by Morgan Wallen a lot. So I mean, I just lose all credibility when just
Another
judging
thing for the
other
mildly
people's
uncomfortable
opinions.
Pile, though, man, this must have been even more uncomfortable at the time. I don't know how this was greenlit so soon after the thing. Oh,
I think for me, oh, what? Okay, okay, wait. Before this, hold on. I was gonna say, for me, I was born, this guy's most likely older than me, and I was born at a time where like they would play S&M and like a bunch of Rihanna songs on the radio all the time, and I would hear it all the time. For me, I think it's just a nostalgia factor, mostly. But like even looking past it, it's not even that bad for me, honestly. But this song, really?
Yeah, I really hope S&M is just Rihanna trying to reclaim her sexuality on her own terms and not part of a coordinated industry push to rewrite the narrative as, no, actually Rihanna is totally into getting beat up, see? In an attempt to rehabilitate the image of... him again.
Who is this guy?
Of course. I could go off on this one. God, I could tear this to shreds if I really wanted to, because, like...
I've never heard this.
No, you of all people absolutely do not get to steal that phrase. But there's a succinct and satisfying way to sum up why this song is so vile.
What? Okay, now, wait, okay, now, wait a minute.
Remember when Robin Thicke released an entire...
Okay, I thought this guy was saying, because this wasn't even it. I already know it wasn't it. I watched the fucking train wreck episode. Ooh, look at this one. Ooh, okay. Hot take. That song is actually bad. This one by Robin Thicke, I think it's actually good.
Our album
Hot take.
dedicated to his ex-wife, a
It's not even that bad.
simpering mess that nobody liked. Well, she ain't new as Chris Brown's
I liked it.
Except it's about the women he, beat half to death. And people bought it.
Dude, burn my tongue. I mean, my lip.
Like, nothing in the song is explicitly about Rihanna, but, like, it doesn't take a genius to put two and two together here. This is just Chris Brown publicly guilt-tripping her for, very understandably, not wanting to be anywhere near him. And, like, if you just want to settle it aside, turn off your brain, and listen to this for the tune, just go listen to Human Nature instead.
If they say why, tell them that it's human nature.
Because it's a much better song. Or,
Oh,
hell, you
that's
could check it out
fire.
most famous sample.
Imagine. Yeah, like, imagine listening to this song over those songs. Holy fuck. Imagine listening to Chris Brown.
Practically the same song. Chris Brown basically just stole this song, just to simp for the woman he sent to the hospital. She Ain't You gives me nothing. It has nothing. Nothing but creepy stalker vibes being forced onto the masses by a toxic waste of human flesh that we should have left rotting in a landfill ages ago.
Ooh.
And if you can't already tell by how
guy's going
absolutely
crazy.
mad I am about this one, yeah. She Ain't You by Chris Brown, the worst hit song of 2011.
Really?
That's Bucko,
Okay.
2 for 2. The question is, can you keep the streak going?
What even released in 2012? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're already making a pretty good case here.
Alright, this isn't
Jesus
fair, man.
Christ,
Come
why
on.
does so much of 2012 sound
This
like
is all Chris
Like,
Brown.
screw it. Let's just get the nightmare blunt rotation of ear-destroying noise out of the way right now. Why? Seriously, why?
We don't stand with Justin Bieber hate over here, okay? We are believers on this channel.
Like,
Okay.
I genuinely don't get why we were doing this.
The song does kind of suck though. Oh my.
I mean,
Oh.
okay,
God.
I do know why. For one, party rock anthem.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Oh, LMFAO, what chaos you wrought. But for two, the club
Oh.
boom was just in its death throes by 2012. Nobody really knew what it was supposed to be at this point, and so everyone was just throwing stuff at the wall hoping it would stick.
Just making random
And it
noises.
did.
That
Hell,
let's
even
just
stuff that wasn't
put
already
random
recorded was
noises and
just,
just
like,
hope it fucking
slop.
comes hit. This Rihanna song isn't that good.
Like, what even is this? Where have you been, Bill? There's so many disconnected but vaguely inoffensive musical ideas in search of its own identity and never really finds one. It's basically just trying to carry itself on the strength of Rihanna's performance, and even then, this ain't exactly one of her best performances. It's even got a diet hell noise drop, which...
No.
You know what? At least the obnoxiously abrasive songs made me feel something. This, on the other hand, is just a regurgitated vomit of 2010's club music repackaged with a pretty face on the front and sold at a discount to starving children. But it could be worse.
This one isn't even that bad.
Oh, there's absolutely no way this is a real song that exists and people chose to listen to. Like, at least the last song had Rihanna. Let's Go is so brainless that hearing it would make zombies starve to death. Again, but it could still be worse.
No. We do not tolerate any Flo Rida hate on this channel. No. No.
See, my thing here is Flo Rida is sampling another, at the time, less famous artist's song, which in turn also sampled another song, but Flo Rida, or to be specific, Dr. Luke, because of course, is specifically sampling Levels here. And then he throws a buzzy compressed guitar loop on top, and Flo Rida spits his trademark empty calorie rap verses over it, and they call it a day. Oh, and there's this too.
That's fire, bro.
Because
What do you
it's
mean?
2012, why wouldn't there be? Really though, the reason this
Gotta get
pisses
that
me off is,
dubstep.
like,
Come
at
on,
least
bro.
with Right Round, at least with Sugar, those are wildly popular songs that were like 10 and 25 years old at the time. Whatever, who cares if you sample them? But Levels was released the same year as Good Feeling. Hell, it wasn't even officially released until after. Let songs sit, goddammit. Just go listen to Levels instead of this song, please. I've had about as much of the club boom as I can stomach for one day, so let's just knock out this last one real quick and probably piss off some people in the process.
Make you glad you came.
Oh yes, bro. I have this on my playlist. Well, not my not like my like songs. I have a playlist like full of like pop song. It has like 600 songs on it, and this is one of them. Most of the songs on there, like they're not even songs like I like really love. I just like a bunch of pop songs like while I'm listening, like I'm listening to while I'm like playing games and stuff. And this one just sucks. Like this is one of the songs that just suck on that playlist.
Like, I might just have an irrational reaction to this one. It's probably fine, but god does this reek of douche bro stink. The kind of guy who's so insufferably smug because he thinks he's so clever and suave, but every line he spouts just makes me want to die a little more on the inside. God, I hate it. Makes me feel like I need to take a shower. Ugh. And speaking of gross,
Why are you looking at
hefty
me?
bag.
It's not that bad.
Yep, you're up again, Charlie. The hits, if you would.
On the upside to a downward spiral. My love for you went viral. They don't like it, sue me the way you do me.
Like, there's no way in hell Hey Soul Sister is worse than this, right? That one's just dumb. These lyrics are actively gross, and they're in service of Pat Monahan pining for his ex by obsessively stalking
That
another
Monster
girl who
Hunter.
looks like her. I'll pass off like it's some sort of soaring love song. About shooting people, I think. I'm pretty sure this song killed the entire adult alternative genre dead, and it still hasn't recovered. Anyways, this feels like as good a time as any to roll up another big old men being gross Katamari, don't you think?
Girl, let me love you, and I will love
What? This song's fire.
you. Learn to love yourself.
This is such an inherently terrible song title and conceit that nothing could have possibly saved it, but it being a generic dance track surely didn't help.
You're insecure. You're insecure. You're insecure.
Do I need to add commentary to this?
If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you
Ugh,
go.
yeah, this one.
I could take you places you ain't never been before.
We definitely didn't need a spiritual successor to the Whisper song either. Ick. The beat doesn't help. Just
Looks like a
skeevy
fucking
vibes
baby.
all around.
Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch.
This shit goes hard. Fuck you.
Rack City, bitch.
With how sparse this beat is and how dead in Tiger sounds, this is practically
Rack
another
City,
Whisper
bitch.
song
Rack
too.
City, bitch.
Why? Bonus points for being the inaugural hit of one DJ Mustard, who's about to show up a lot more in this video. Oh, don't you
Oh my
worry.
God,
Most
holy
of this one's
fuck that
just
ass.
boring and repetitive. Absolutely nothing to interest here, except one of the most baffling lines I've ever heard.
It's grandma on my dick. Girl, you know what it is.
You said it best, Genius.com. What Tyga meant by this line, we may never know, and we probably don't want to know, but whatever he meant, that was definitely the most unsexy way he could have possibly said it.
And when we finish, you like, damn, babe, you woke me up.
Why?
Ass, 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 ass.
You know what? Actually, not. Never mind. Even acknowledging this troll face in song form in a video like this feels like giving Big Sean exactly what he wanted. And it is kind of funny. Very dumb, though.
Red Solo Cup. I fill you up.
Okay, well, this one's also more dumb than gross, but like, dumb in the way that a guy who's had way too many drinks is. The kind of guy you want to tell to stop, but you know he's so wasted that he might violently lash out at you if you say anything, so you don't, and you just stand there awkwardly, uncomfortably, and look for an opportunity to excuse yourself and go home, except you can't even do that because this is your house, and this guy's someone who's a friend of a friend of a friend you don't even like or know, but he basically just invites himself over every time you get together with your friends, and you're too polite to say anything to any of them because you don't want to offend them, even though you know he's just gonna show up with clockwork regularity if you don't say anything, and you wonder how long this is gonna go on, and if there's any escape from this endless cycle. And oh yeah, on that note, Country
Sounds
kinda
pretty
blew in
personal.
2012, didn't it?
Girl, you make my speakers go boom, boom. Dancing on the tailgate in the full moon.
I want to say this is one of Luke Bryan's worst choruses ever, but the sad fact is it probably isn't. It's awful though. Like, all things considered, this is basically just Country's Hey Soul Sister.
Drip of honey on the money, make a
Is it?
If you ain't a 10, you're a 9.9. That kind of thing makes a man go,
Nah, no way this is the Hey Soul Sister.
What the
There has
hell
to be
are
a
you
worse
on
one.
about, dude? Well, whatever. At least this sounds okay, even if I've never cared for Luke Bryan's voice. Can't say that about Pontoon.
I've never heard this.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know about
the
this.
concept's already fundamentally flawed. Isn't country supposed to be down to earth and homely? I don't think your average small-town country radio listener can afford a luxury boat, guys. But for what's supposed to be such an easygoing, carefree tune, it just sounds so ugly. That guitar lick is incredibly unpleasant. The excessive reverb doesn't fit the vibe at all. It's slimy and gross, like the bottom of the lake this pontoon probably ended up in. Pontoon. The word doesn't even sound
Come on,
right.
Takis, what
Why
is
not
this?
just write, I don't know, something about a
Come
truck
on, bro.
instead?
You guys see this?
Point taken. Honestly though, this one's just funny. This is country checklisting's final form. Literally just rounding off a long list of country stereotypes set to a completely flavorless tune that's only really notable for its incredibly frustrating structure. There's four whole verses before the first
What?
chorus. Why? The sheer mediocrity on display here astounds me. Oh hey, the 2001 Space Oddity monolith of Stomp Clap as we've come to know it. As performed by the guys who would go on to help make Zach Bryan's worst song, with some lightly toxic overtones for good measure. I don't think you're right for him. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're mine. Shut the hell up and go get hit by a truck. God. Want You Back is still good, by the way. Just figured I'd mention that now so nobody asks about it later. Though, speaking of women, I could use a break from men for a bit. Have I missed any other detritus from the fair sex?
What doesn't kill you?
Oh, yes, but this song is annoying.
People love to rag on how flagrantly insincere this one comes off because of how cliche-ridden the whole song is, but it's also worth noting that the production is a compressed disaster that sounds like vaguely melodic static during the chorus. It's just bad. You know, I think this might be one of the worst choruses of all time, just on the basis of how it sounds, really. Every word is sung full force on the same high-pitched note until the unsatisfying off-key descending melody at the end. It's so grating. It's also got this really awful dubstep bridge, so...
Oh, that is shit.
that.
What? Katy Perry's fire. Come on, man.
Aside from that, though, this one's mostly just pointless. Maybe not Katie's worst
This
hit, but her
is
most
the
pointless
part
hit.
of
In a
me.
discography that also
Honestly,
contains
yeah.
Roar. Think about it. Alright, before I wash my hands of this thoroughly lukewarm year for bad hits, any rap I missed?
You only live once, that's the motto, nigga, YOLO, and we bout it
What?
every day.
Come on, bro.
The song where Dick realized he could be incredibly rich and boring. Checking out of the rap game without actually cashing out. Someone should show him how to do the latter. Random, no-name rappers blowing up with one hit and then vanishing off the face of the earth is a time-honored tradition stretching back as long as the genre has had presence on the charts, and pretty much every time, it's just boring. I'm a small YouTube channel with a few thousand subscribers, and yet I still feel like me making fun of this song in this, the year of our Lord 2023, is punching down somehow.
What?
Honestly, in a bubble, this song's probably fine, but
This guy is
knowing
crazy
what Jake
takes.
been making ever since.
Okay, see, that's not fair. That's not fair. Look, I'm looking at that song as a solo entity, not comparing it to the rest of his discography, which is like 10 times better than that song. It's a fine song. It's not that
I'm
bad.
just a product of poverty, full of narcotics to profit off quickly.
It's hard for workout to not feel like a total pose, because it is. But also, the attitude of this just rubs me the wrong way.
Some niggas save hoes. I'm not that heroic.
Like, it's not as flagrantly misogynistic as No Role Models, but it's not misogynistic either. And the completely out of left field sample at the end is just...
Straight up, now tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh.
What? Why? I'm just confused. Yeah, I think that's as good a place as any to call it for this year. Try as I might to find it, there really hasn't been anything that gets my blood boiling the way the worst hits of the last 2 years did. So I guess
No way
the worst
Chris
hits of
Brown
2012
gets this
is
one,
just
right?
The one that sounds the worst. I'm half tempted to give it to Chris Brown again, cause like... Need I say more? But no, this is the worst hit of the year. Maybe
That's
a
fair.
weird pick, considering I basically skimmed over it earlier, but like, not only is this chorus the single worst sound to come out of 2012, but every other song in that buffet of oral viscera, at least they tended to, like, mostly sound fine outside of their one part. Turn Me On just sounds like crap the whole way through. And
That video.
I fully blame Get It for that. I don't think Nicki had any hand in how this homogenous sludge bomb of a song turned out, though, even the most Nicki parts of it ain't any good either, so yeah. Turn Me On by David Guetta featuring Nicki Minaj, the worst hit song of 2012.
I'm not mad about that.
Even still, something doesn't feel quite right about calling this the worst of the year. I bet it's nothing. On to 2013.
What was that about?
Alright, you know the drill. Play me some Chris Brown, baby. Oh, he didn't have any hits this year.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that
Unlucky.
means someone else will just have to fill the void he left then.
No, don't do it.
You
I know what you're gonna do.
2013 may well
Don't
be
fucking
the
do
single
it.
worst year of the decade, at least as far as the worst hits are concerned.
Don't do it.
Strap in, y'all. This one's gonna get messy.
Nope. 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 No. I'm telling you no. I'm telling you to not do it. I just told you. See, I told this guy to not do it, and he just did it. Like, come on. Come on. I told you to not do it. You still did it anyway. Come on. I will fall about nowhere along my
I'm not
good
just
love.
getting angry at this type of song because if you've been following along with this video up till now, the sad fact of the matter is that none of this is surprising. It's not anyone's song.
Fun fact, really sad fact.
Culture, a masculine culture that wants to treat women as nothing more than sex
Man.
objects, and Love Me is just the logical.
Ah, but it's fire. Come on, it's fire. Come on. She's on a straight diet. Come on. She's on a straight diet. He's right. So, baby, just make me come. Then we'll make a song. Come on.
Such a cartoonish
That's a bar.
exaggeration of sexuality
That's a
that
bar.
none of it even feels real anymore. All I can really do is laugh at it. At this point, Lil Wayne isn't even talking about any real girl that he's never met. He's talking about a caricature of his ideal submissive sex slave, his own personal fantasy. And the saddest part is, his wildest fantasies aren't even fun to him anymore. Like, honestly, the beat to this song is actually pretty good. Mike Will Made It isn't a bad producer. He's made some real bangers, both in 2013 and throughout the rest of the decade. And in isolation, Love Me's beat is pretty solid, yeah. Has a dark, grimy atmosphere with enough punch to it to feel menacing, too. Which begs the question, why is it the beat to a song about haters and hoes? if the point of the song is, I don't care what the haters say because I'm having too much fun making all these female sex objects, then this beat makes it sound like they care way too much about the haters to actually enjoy the act of sex. It just makes Arthur and Man here look utterly miserable, like pathetically insecure losers. And as a culmination of the flagrant misogyny in hip-hop throughout the 2000s and early 2010s, yeah, no wonder Lil Wayne isn't really a character we're all that concerned about nowadays. And to be clear, I don't mean to single out rap when talking about the prevailing cultural attitude towards women. Other genres are just as guilty of it, perhaps even more so.
See, look, comparing this song with that song, that's not even fair. That's not fair because look, this song makes that other song seem like a feminist
Let me be clear.
anthem. You get what I'm saying? Like,
to avoid factoring cultural impact into my pitch for this video, because if
also,
I did, then Blurred Lines would not be just the worst hit of the year, not just the worst hit of the decade, but quite possibly the worst hit of all time. This song helped ruin copyright law so thoroughly that the industry may well never recover from it. Like, yeah, that's a problem of copyright law more so than the song itself, but it was the instigator. It hurts the big names, it hurts the small names, it hurts you, the listener. On that basis alone, this song is objectively the worst one.
Ooh.
But like, the song also just sucks on its own merits.
it's not that bad, but you can definitely say the lyrics. Look, it's not a bad sounding song, okay? T.I. isn't that bad. Okay, look. See, I look like a fucking idiot trying to defend this song. I'm not even trying to defend this song. At the end of the day, the song sounds good, okay? I personally think it sounds good. But the lyrics just kind of it just kind of throws everything away, sadly. Like it's too weird.
The key difference between
Like,
Blurred Lines and Love Me is that Lil Wayne sees women as something that he wants to have sex with, and Robin Thicke sees women as something that wants to have sex with him. They're both demeaning, sure, but at least Lil Wayne respects boundaries. People loved calling this song #rapey, which, like, maybe that's sensationalizing it a bit, but it's not wrong, is it? It's the presumptiveness of the whole affair, really. Thicke sees himself as so attractive that he just assumes any woman he meets would want to bang him. Narcissists would blush at his arrogance. And like, this isn't a cartoonish exaggeration of masculine gusto like Love Me. This is an attitude that real dudes actually have.
It's so catchy though, fuck.
Rapists use to justify their crimes, and this song basically gives them a free pass to keep thinking that way. Also, we can agree, this beat sucks, right?
Well, it's not too bad. It's alright.
Like, it's fine to listen to for maybe 30 seconds or so, but then the realization sets in that that's it. That's the entire beat. It never changes. It doesn't have any tune, any groove. It just goes on and on in circles for 4 minutes and then fades back into the ether. I don't even like Get Lucky all that much, and even I'm mad that we let this schlock keep it off the #1 spot. Okay, I really need a break from these dour, serious topics for a bit. Let's make fun of some stupid crap instead. I honestly kind of love this song because it stands as a monument to the plain and simple truth that Billboard is and always has been a complete joke. Nothing but smoke and mirrors, dolling up a system held together by duct tape and cardboard. Biggest single-week chart point total in Billboard history, solely because Billboard just blindly guessed at how heavily to factor in YouTube's streaming data into their calculations when they finally started counting them. All for a meme where nobody really even cared about the song itself. Because it, you know, sucks.
What does the fuck say?
Surely this is the worst one, right? Surely. Surely this is the worst one.
This, on the other hand, is such a forced meme. One single joke stretched out to 3.5 minutes in a desperate attempt to go viral. And
there's no way any other song.
Genuine cringe. Also, if you really want to know what the Fox says, and now a Fox intermission. This has been a Fox intermission.
Oh, I guess that's what the Fox says. This song low-key goes hard.
Honestly, in hindsight, Willpower is just kinda sad. The club movement basically been crushed under the EDM wave by this point, but will.i.am is out here pretending that nothing's changed, dancing alone in a club nobody's visited in months. The only light in the room, the dim
This goes crazy on Just Dance, man. Come on.
Brought himself.
Rock and roll.
Sounds the same. This is literally the same fucking beat, bro.
So lifeless and tedious. 5 minutes of limp beats, soulless performances, no rising action, absolutely nothing that suggests a good time.
It's part of my childhood.
Lyrics so bueno that they sound auto-generated.
I give it a pass.
ChatGPT, write me some party lyrics. Just black holes of sound from which no good times can escape. Granted, EDM wasn't immune to sucking this year either. Cause like,
it's alright.
What am I supposed to feel about these arbitrarily arranged clumps of bleep loops? Though, like, at the very
That's what I'm saying, because the thing, like, no one is really like streaming these songs. I mean, I guess like they are kind of. Yeah, they are. But some people, these songs were not made for streaming. That's the thing. These songs were made for like radio play, club play, like the club song. We know they're club songs. They're not made for us to just sit down like with headphones on and to listen to it. That's the thing. And that's like the main reason that like they're not really like
his own songs instead of, well, like, I'm not even a particularly big Lana Del Rey fan, but there's a reason her thing is low-key, lushly orchestrated chamber pop and not, you know, high-energy party songs. It just doesn't work for her voice. She sounds too dead-eyed and drowsy for this turn-up type EDM. And that's the thing. Lana Del Rey, Florence Welch, Ellie Goulding, all these ladies are great singers, but you slap them onto EDM songs and suddenly... poof. Every last drop of personality wrung out. Generic voice.
But Ellie
generic
Goulding
songs.
is good on
This moment ends up being one of
her
the better songs
EDM
this
songs.
because Christina Aguilera is at
What?
least still allowed to morb all over it. Though that does beg the question.
Nah.
What happens when you put an already generic voice onto a song with way too much personality?
Oh yeah, this is rough.
I don't know if I've said it before in video, but Todd pitting
She's so
Come and Get It
fine,
against
though.
We Can't Stop made it painfully obvious how much better the latter was. Forced me to side with it so hard that I might have accidentally Stockholm syndrome myself into loving it. I put it way too low on my best list, honestly. Anyways, what was I supposed to be
He's gonna put
talking
on his
about?
best
Oh,
list?
right.
Interesting. This guy kind of like me. You know what I'm saying? Like speaking the truth. I mean, not the truth, but speaking your own truth. You know, not pandering to critic bait.
No offense to Selena, but she's just never been this kind of singer. She's not Rihanna. She plays best on low-key songs of sultry vibes. Projecting
Yeah.
big emotions is not in her wheelhouse, and because Come and Get It
God
was
damn,
to be
bro.
big, the music
She's
has to
so
overcompensate
fucking
for
fine.
weaknesses,
Oh
leading
my
to stuff
God.
like, God, that's
This
obnoxious.
music ain't it,
Probably
though.
the worst sound of the year. I dare anyone else to prove me wrong about that.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
This was fucking hard. Fuck you.
Oh God, no! That's enough of that. You made your point.
That-
Jesus
what the
Christ,
Fox
2013.
says was
come
the
to think of
worst
it, the sound of rap
sound.
was rather bipolar this year, wasn't it? Either just the most overblown, obnoxious production carried over from the early 2010s, or the first wave of the boring, monotonous trap that a lot of the genre would devolve into for the rest of the decade. Case in point.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
It's just mid. It's not bad.
At one point, I think I would have called this the worst Drake song, cause if the motto was when Drake realized he didn't really have to try.
yeah, I
started
guess
from
at
the
some
bottom
point
when
you
he
could
just
say that.
Stopped trying, started resting on his laurels. Unfortunately, he's deigned the graces of more flagrantly awful songs of the decade since, but I don't know if he's ever been more boring than here. And letting the pendulum swing back towards the obnoxious.
Fuck is this shit?
I'll fully admit, I do not like the Beastie Boys, so this song was never gonna work for me just on that level. But then there's the fact that every part of this song is caked in a buzzing layer of static, courtesy of producer Rick Rubin, who's rather infamous for being a huge factor in the loudness wars of the 2000s. He produced Death Magnetic, all you need to know. So Berserk just sounds like sewage, and then there's the fact that M's just... way too Eminem on this track. Ugh, do not like. And now, back to boring.
I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different.
Okay, actually, this one's just cute. Like, this song's a joke, right? We all agree this is a joke, right? The goofy piano loop, the constant stream of whack lines, the incessant repetition of I'm different as 2 Chainz fails to stand out in any way. It's a joke, right? Please tell me it's a joke, right? Either way, at least he sounds like he's having fun with it. Beep boop, back to the insufferable.
Easy, baby.
What? That's
This one
fire.
might seem fine at first glance. You hear that chorus for the first time,
Yeah.
and don't pay too close attention to the beat, but like, once you notice the bed squeaking, you're not gonna stop noticing it, and there's no way you aren't noticing it. by the time
No,
the first
I know.
verse
I already
starts,
noticed,
so-
but it's not even that bad.
Girls ain't no good, and the good girls ain't no fun.
Yeah.
It is a
it's the Chinese
little
water
annoying,
form
but
of obnoxious. Okay, one last time. Give me a real snoozer.
it's not bad.
No, wait. This is just Diet Swimming Pools Drank. Michael heard that song and
Oh
wanted to
my
try his hand
God.
at it. That's why this exists. It's funny, though, that this is an obviously mediocre song that completely misuses Rihanna as a performer, yet still makes it obvious she's a great singer despite that. Alright, we've rung the well of bad rap hits dry for this year.
Come on, what
Or
the
have
Fox
we?
say? Come on. It's not even worth like talking about these ones. Like what you already said. What the
I
fuck?
mean, bro, country's
You already
whole thing
pointed
was
out that
desperately trying to
song
be
out, like, come on.
hip-hop, so, though, in hindsight, Cruise is quaint. It was the breaking of the dam that brought us the flood of bro country for the next few years, and yet, honestly, it's one of the less egregious in the genre. Overprocessed,
bro.
meat-headed for sure, but its biggest crime is just being corny, really. A
Yeah,
fast
probably
food
calling me the
country
N-word, though.
casserole. Nah, we can do worse.
All them other boys wanna line you up and take you downtown.
I can't really tell you why I'm fine with Country Girls Shake It For Me, a song in contention for the worst title of all time, yet That's My Kinda Night, which is ostensibly the same exact song, does actually bother me. It just doesn't sound as good. It doesn't have that same full-chested going for broke attitude. It feels like Brian really wants to shoulder up to the hip-hop crowd rather than just being himself, and lines like this certainly don't help.
Put in my country ride, hip hop mixtape. Little Conway and little T-Pain.
Mostly though, it's just less fun. They are basically the same song though, and honestly, this is a step up from Cruise at the end of the day. Nah, Florida Georgia Line, Luke Bryan, they can't
No,
do
it's
it
not.
oh so wrong quite like Blake Shelton can.
Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice cold beer.
Cringe. There's no nicer way to say it. This is
Okay.
Blake Shelton posting his own cringe
Got a
compilation.
fucking
on me.
pig
Like,
in the fucking
God.
porch? The hell?
Chew tobacco, spit. Ain't a damn
This guy said chew the baka spit.
No, I'm not in Kentucky.
Put aside that Shelton
What is
just
this guy
sounds
talking
awful here.
about?
Put aside that the song is straight up embarrassed of itself, desperately trying to convince you it's quote-unquote country, despite ripping more liberally from hip-hop than any other bro country hit this year. None of that matters because it's just flat embarrassing. It makes me feel embarrassed to be listening to it. It's Blake Shelton's midlife crisis in song form, and we're all the worse for having heard it. Yeah, screw this faux country schlock. Give me some real southern goodness, ladies.
I need braces.
God damn it, this isn't much better. Just, do they not realize that listening to couples argue like this is among the most unpleasant things you can experience in life? We Cry Together was uncomfortable and provocative for a reason, y'all. This is just nagging. And that dorky guitar lick sucks too. Who wanted this? Now, see, I'm doing that thing again where I say my spiciest, most unpopular take for last so I can really
Okay,
tear into it and
let's
piss
see.
off everybody in the process. And oh boy, have we got a doozy this time. Oh boy, you don't know how long I've been waiting to tear into this one.
This song goes hard, bro. I don't know what to tell you. The song goes hard.
God, where do I even start with this one? Wait, no, this isn't the right song. Like, yes, it sucks, just sounds terrible all around. The
Centuries
guitar
come
is
out this year?
processing the obnoxious
Maybe Centuries?
But there's nothing offensive about it. It's just a Bad Imagine Dragons song before Imagine Dragons became Bad Imagine Dragons. It's like natural at worst. Nah, a song I actually love beyond what words can express is the A-Team.
They say she's in the
Okay.
class 18.
I mean, I don't really
I'm
care
going
for
to
this
start by
song,
stating
so.
factually what the song is about and what inspired it. Ed Sheeran met this woman named Angel at a homeless shelter, and he felt inspired to write a song about her, about the state of her life, the poverty, addiction, and suffering. Which, considering Sheeran himself was homeless at one point, it seems like an attempt at sympathy with her situation, with the situation of the homeless all across the country, all across the world. And that's certainly respectable, but like, what does the song actually say about it, other than that it exists?
Okay.
We're just under the
I can see that point.
I'm going mad for a couple grams.
The song isn't a story song, it doesn't really build to any greater point, all it really does is list things about her and then dolls them up in pretty poetic language. Romanticizes her life, romanticizing the real life addiction and suffering of a real person, which is already kinda gross, but okay, it's an attempt at sympathy, fine, but if this really is an attempt at sympathy, I'm not sure you should be writing lines like this.
An angel will die, covered in white.
God damn it, maybe this song shouldn't have tried to tell a story because Jesus Christ, Ed. Now you're writing fanfiction about this girl, this real life girl, this actual living person you actually met, fantasizing about how her life of drugs and homelessness is eventually going to lead to her death like it's a certainty already set in stone. Why did you do that? Why did you think that was okay?
That's a
Any
good
attempt at
point,
sympathy is
honestly.
thrown out the window by this point, so now all the song's doing is romanticizing the death of a real person.
Lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting.
Like, all the elements of the song had to line up perfectly to make it the utter atrocity it is. If it wasn't about a real person, if it wasn't so weirdly condescending, if it wasn't so prettified, if it didn't end with her death, I don't think I'd be quite so bothered by it. But there's just a fundamental wrongness to the song, in a way that moves past even
can see that,
discuss.
honestly.
And this was Ed's first single, his first hit. This is the song that launched his career. That fact is utterly baffling to me. All I can really say is, Ed, I sure hope you gave some of that fortune the song brought you back to those in need, to the girl you wrote this song about. The only possible silver lining I could see coming off this Class A abomination. Anyways, the worst hit song of 2013 is Yo You Know.
Oh.
No, stop. Like, who even cares about the rest of the song? Screw it, I'll go even further. I've never listened all the way through this song. I'm never
Really?
going to. Why bother? What's the point? It only gained popularity through notoriety, and all that notoriety is solely because of the one line. Without that line, I wouldn't be talking about it in the first place. As far as I'm concerned, You Know is that line, and as such...
Put Molly all in her champagne.
She don't even know. I took my enjoy that. She don't even know.
Like, at least Lil Wayne isn't banging...
Alright, look. Hot double low 65 trillion kabillion times take. Hot magma lava volcanic take. I'd rather listen to You Don't Even Know than What the Fox Say. Look, that one line is just, it's so bad, but as music, I would rather listen to You Don't Even Know than What the Fox Says. What the Fox Says is, oh my god. If I were to listen to You Don't Even Know or What the Fox Says 1,000 times in a row, I would rather listen to You Don't Even Know. That might just be me though.
his hoes without consent. At least Robin Thicke doesn't toe past implying non-consent. Hell, at least Ed Sheeran is just writing morbid Tumblr fanfiction. Rick Ross just casually proclaimed, "I have raped women" in this song like it was just another Tuesday for him.
Yeah.
I don't care whether or not he has or hasn't actually done so. In this song, he has, and that's the problem.
Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that. She ain't even know it.
Cause like, this is exactly what I mean about the masculine culture of misogyny. This kind of thing is so normalized, so run-of-the-mill, that he didn't even think twice about this line. Rocco wasn't fazed by it. The however many eyes the song had to pass by at his label were totally fine with the lyric about date rape, because that's just the culture. And that's the most damning thing I can say about it. Yo You Know by Rick Ross and two other guys who don't matter. The worst hit song of 2013. Actually, no. As I was editing this segment, I realized, wow, Bloodlines makes me way more uncomfortable than I thought.
Really? Really? I can definitely see that though, honestly. Still, What the Fox Says is worse than this. I mean, like, obviously, I'm not, like, validating, like, any of the stuff these guys are implicating or saying or doing. But at the end of the day, as a musical piece, I would rather listen to this song than What the Fox Says. That song just annoys me.
We'll talk about how this song
Like, it
is
gives me a
bad,
headache.
Never quite how bad. Like, Rick Ross, we all know he's a total poser. I don't actually believe he raped the woman. He's just bragging about a thing he wants to do, which, yeah, not even attempting to excuse that. But if I were a beautiful woman in the same room as Rick Ross and Robin Thicke, I'd stay closer to the former any day of the week. Like, it's not just the lines themselves, but how he sings them in the sleaziest, slimiest ways possible. He doesn't sound like a guy hitting on a girl, he sounds like a predator ensnaring his prey. Genuinely sends chills down my spine. Makes me feel like I'm in danger. And it certainly doesn't help that he brought onto the song an actual literal rapist who's currently only not in jail because the rape happened too long ago for US law to care about it. Yikes. Don't get me wrong here, Yo You Know is just as bad, but this is like a two-cake scenario, except both the cakes are made of vomit. Two things can be inexcusable, but only one of them makes me feel unsafe listening to it. Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke featuring T.I. and Pharrell Williams, the worst hit song
I
of
personally
2013.
disagree.
God, what a downer of a year.
But you know what? This is still valid. Honestly, I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, that tends to happen when you beat them, Chris. Anyways, do you know what's shocking? We're on the 5th year of the decade, and only now am I talking about Maroon the 1st for the 5th time. No, wait, got that backwards. Anyways.
Baby, I'm praying on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive.
Like, they started out the decade with their pop reinvention.
I'm the number 1 Maroon 5 D1 defender. I am. In that song. It's fire. I don't know what to this song is probably the best song so far in this video, honestly. Yeah. And that's probably a horrible take. It's either Love Me or Animals.
and it was fine. Then they just got really boring, which is whatever. But in 2014, they decided it was time to get annoying, yet frustratingly catchy despite that, and mildly embarrassing.
I used to replay this part during like during the video like
Man,
as a
this is
kid
just
so many times.
goofy. I think at one point I went.
I'm sorry, that was a little too much. I'm sorry, guys. I should have said
It's just
that.
a normal bad song. Not the only one this year either.
No. Now you're making me angry. Now you're making me fucking pissed. You're making me fucking pissed. You crow. You're just a bird. The hell? Got a talking bird. What? Why do we care about this guy's opinions, huh? It's a talking bird. Come on, guys. Jesus. This song is legendary. This is a legend. This is the best song. This is the best song so far. Oh my god. By a mile. Jesus. A goddamn crow.
I mean, this one's basically just "Am I Wrong" with Adam Levine yelping all over it, which
That song's also good.
is
fire.
very unpleasant. Oh, which speaking of,
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? For thinking that we could be something more?
I do feel kind of bad putting this here. It probably shouldn't be here, but
No way. 3 straight misses in a row. Oh my goodness, what the flippity flippity. Really? Am I wrong? Really? Okay, you know what? I don't know about this guy's experience. Okay, this is personally like top 10 childhood song for me. But you know what? It's his opinion.
But like, that guitar line just loops throughout the entire song, and the chorus repeats so many times. It really wears on you, man. Not unlike...
Okay, no, this is valid. This song's annoying. Valid.
There are six choruses in this song. 6 incredibly repetitive choruses. Because I'm Happy and Clap Along are repeated 24 times each across this 4-minute song. Tell me
Tyler.
you're happy despite how dead inside Pharrell sounds, repeating the same mantras over and over and over and over and
Minion!
Let me out! I will give Pharrell one thing though. One singular thing. At least he wrote his own song. More than any other song this year.
How was the song
more than
bad?
Any other song in this entire video. This shouldn't even count as a hit, and frankly shouldn't even exist. Like, okay, it's hard to be too mad about this nowadays when flagrant grave robbery has gotten exponentially worse in the years since, but I mean, it does still piss me off.
Fire.
Anyways, enough getting distracted. I wanted to talk more about how much rock sucked this year.
Man, compared to this year and last year, bro, these songs are fucking legendary. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Put aside that this guy's acting like an entitled brat about his future father-in-law's blessing, which, yes, they're gonna get married anyways because it's the 21st
Anyway,
century. Nobody really cares about kind of arcade
her.
tradition anymore. The song just sounds so sparse and lifeless. Try and find a halfway point between rock and reggae and coming up sounding like nothing. At least Maroon 5's take on this song was fun.
You like the cool kids.
This one is more disappointing because, like, it sounds fine, and it comes close to grasping at something, wanting to be like the kind of people who don't appear to have any troubles whatsoever, but instead of going deeper into that, showing us that the cool kids have their own struggles too with a second verse from their perspective, it's just the same story twice.
Yeah, they're living the good life. Can see what he is going through.
And then the band has the audacity to claim that the real message of the song is it's cooler to be yourself, which the song also doesn't speak to in any way. Here are the lyrics to this song. Please point out to me where the lines about just being yourself are. You'll be looking for a while. But nah, if we really want to talk about
I feel like you
songs,
could say it implies it. What the fuck is this?
This one's fine, actually. The hate for it is way overblown. Like, it's just melodrama, y'all. It's a dumb kid being incredibly melodramatic in a completely harmless way. You know, that thing that kids do. Sounds pretty decent, too. At the very least, it sounds better than this.
No fucking no.
Am I gonna get canceled for this?
Yes!
Oh, I
No!
hope I get canceled
No
for this
way!
mistake.
Oh my god. Wait. No. No. This has to be a joke. Wait. Oh my god. Bro. No way.
At the very least, it sounds better than this. Am I gonna get canceled for this take? Oh, I hope I get canceled for this take.
No.
Like, I'll fully admit, part of my disdain for this song is born out of contrarianism, but I constantly hear people praise this song for its production, which sounds to me like a bunch of ringtones layered over each other. Which, like, I guess it's a mildly pleasant collection of ringtones, but it's so emotionally dry. It makes me feel nothing. Complete fluff, in one ear and out the other. I don't know, I don't actually hate this one, I'm just...
Oh my god. Oh. That has to be one of the worst okay. Like, okay, look. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, obviously. But like, oh my god. That is one of that is like one of the worst like music takes like I've ever seen ever. I've watched like a bunch of like music takes like before. I watched a bunch of Sean Faye Wolfie, Lux 99, Todd in the Shadows, Spectrum Pulse, Fantano, like the big names. I watch all of them. Okay. That has to be one of the worst. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. See, the thing about this is seeing that makes me like this dude even more. That's the thing. And you can say like, "Oh, you're being like disrespectful." I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being 100% real. I disagree with that fucking thing. And I know thousands and thousands of people who would disagree, maybe even millions, who've heard the song and would 100% disagree with that take. Like, oh my god, that is such a horrible take. But it shows authentication. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I know there are people out there who have music tastes just to sound like they have like good taste in music. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they have these takes about music just to, you know, validate with other people. But this guy, the thing I like about this guy, he doesn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I 100% respect that 100%, because that is one of the worst takes I've ever heard. Oh my god! Wow. When I first I was like, is that a joke? Is that a joke? Oh my god! I'm trying to like process that. Oh my god! Worst hit? Really? Not I mean, obviously not worst hit of the year, because there's like 20. Is this 2014? I think it's 2014. Contender for worst hit of 2014. Really? Wow. Okay. That is a volcanic 999 trillion Celsius take. Oh my god. Holy.
So my next pick doesn't look as insane by comparison.
Another L take? Oh my god. No, this guy has this. Is this? Wait. Oh no, we're watching the worst. We're watching the worst. Okay, I thought like we're. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Oh my god.
This is it. The worst sound in any hit song this decade. It's just, Sam Smith's vocals are so shrill. The melody is so unpleasant. And I swear, the beat and the vocals are just ever so slightly out of sync, so it also makes me feel seasick. And there's like no mid-range here.
Oh, I'm being stabbed in the heart. I'm being stabbed in the heart. Oh my god, I'm being stabbed in the heart.
Ear-piercing shrieks and pounding percussive sims just leads to a sound that causes me actual physical pain. I am not exaggerating that. This song gives me a migraine.
Okay. What?
And like the rest of the song is fine. Sam Smith is usually
the song
a
is
good
fucking
singer,
fire.
and
What?
Disclosure are not good producers, but far from the worst. Yet you put them together and it just, God no. Somehow not the only headache Sam Smith was involved in this year though.
Okay, no. I think this guy, he's doing like bad take challenge. I think that's what this guy's doing. He's trying to like, he's doing like bad take after bad take. You know, honestly, I mean, not many people agree with me, but those Maroon 5 songs are good. What other song was it? I think it was. What was the other song? What was the first song? Oh, the Chris Brown song. What was that Chris Brown song? Jose and Loyal. I think, was that this year? That was this year. That song's okay. Rather be that's astronomical take. This take, Latch, the cool boys, the cool girls, whatever. That song isn't even that bad. Wow, this is crazy. Oh my god.
There's an old adage about writing annoying characters, about how you have to toe a delicate line of annoying the other characters without annoying the audience. This song doesn't even try to do that, diving straight into the ladder like it was trying to win an Olympic medal. Also, this is the most amateur production I've ever heard in a hit song. Guys, if your sample doesn't fit the tempo of the song, then either make the song slower or speed up the sample so it does. The clipping between the two disparate samples here is infuriating. That's the most annoying thing about this song for me. A 5-year-old could do better than GarageBand, Christ. And speaking of annoying noises kids make...
Okay, finally, we're back to the, like... This guy was on a hot take streak. Oh my god. I could see how he doesn't like the song. I think the song's fine, though.
But mostly it just makes me uneasy. Also, yeah, here's the DJ Mustard part of the video I promised earlier. This song's biggest legacy
is Sean Faye Wolfie's song.
Seasonal ranking videos made by a YouTuber whose reach doesn't extend much beyond our niche little Billboard community. And by prominently featured, I mean it's a transition song preceding the least interesting tier in said video.
That's what I'm just saying.
It deserves, honestly.
This song is fire, bruh. Come on.
Honestly, nah, this one's fine. At least it's mildly fun. Like, it's 2014. If like they're having a good time, then I can't really be mad at them. It's why I gave Lifestyle a pass here. It's chill and goofy, doesn't take itself too seriously. It has
finally, we're getting to the good takes. Come on, bro. Lifestyle is fire.
This year. It's fine, y'all. I'll say my range for the really random stuff.
Song isn't bad. It's okay. It's an okay song.
Oh yeah, now this is gross. Like, this would just be a stupid pickup line if it wasn't painfully clear it's being made with less than good intentions. All I really gotta say is, making a song directly inspired by R. Kelly in the year 2014, yeah, that's gonna be a miss for me, partner. Only thing worse than that would be working with him.
Interesting.
Is it fair to call this one of the worst hits of 2014 after also calling it one of the best hits of 2014 solely on the basis of the guest artist? Nah. However, I can do this. I mean, even Gaga herself was so embarrassed in hindsight by this collab that the song's been completely
Why did she do this collab
on streaming services, with only the Christina Aguilera version being readily available. And to be clear, the verse in which R. Kelly epically misses the point of the song and makes himself look like a creepo in the process still sucks, even detached from the fact that it's literally R. Kelly singing it. Though Gaga wasn't the only pop diva who embarrassed herself this year by collabing with an artist well past their prime.
This song is mid. I can see why this guy wouldn't like it.
Let's be real,
Definitely.
Dark Horse sucked even back in 2014, and almost 10 years removed, it's aged about as gracefully as R. Kelly featuring a Lady Gaga song. That eerie synth paired with the money in this fucking beat sounds awful. But being janky and awkward, the song eschews even having a chorus in favor of a build-up to a nothing.
They're still going down.
Like, that's just bad songwriting, man. And then there's Juicy J, who...
are out like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Is, well, 20 years past his prime by 2014, sounding about as smooth as MC Hammer
Show
trying to rap his
your
own
heart
cartoon
out
song.
like Jeffrey Dahmer.
All in service of making out Katy Perry. Katy frickin' Perry.
You know what this guy needs? This is like a Christmas video. Like, this is a great video. Like, great video. Great. But this is my problem with the text at the bottom. Make sure we know the difference between like songs that you're actually putting on the list for like worst hits of the year, instead of just having it all just like red text. A little criticism.
Elizabeth Hudson. Painting her out to be this dark, mysterious nightmare demon of legend. It's just laughable. Witness didn't kill her career, this being her biggest hit of all time did. Not Firework, not Teenage Dream, hell, not Roar. This is her biggest hit. God.
Really? That's her biggest hit? I think it's because of the radio, honestly. But I heard this song like literally every time I would get in the car. That it would just come on the radio every single time.
That the early 2010s
Fuck the radio.
we're facing as we approach the middle of the decade. Say what you want about art pop, but the fact is, it underperformed compared to our last two albums. And Prism has unanimously agreed to be a step down from Teenage Dream. But
obviously,
that, you know what major player in turn of the decade music had quite possibly his biggest year ever in 2014?
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Talk dirty to me.
that song is not bad.
Talk dirty to me.
I'm
It's okay.
not the right person to ask about whether or not this song is racist. Leave that to people with skin in the game. And like, this song's otherwise fine, I guess, but the point is that Jason Derulo wrote a pretty dope sample to massive success in 2014, which brought us his other hits.
Every time
Fire.
you get undressed.
Who told Jason Derulo that he had a good falsetto? They were wrong.
Symphonies in my head.
And they playing for you, girl.
Ah, more production that makes me feel seasick. The trumpets sound cheap as hell, and I swear they're ever so slightly out of sync, too. At least they sound better than... This isn't as bad as Latch, but I mean, it's very
This
bad.
guy said isn't as
Aesthetically,
bad as
stupid
Latch, like
lyrics,
Latch is
whatever.
bad.
I'm not bothered by Jason Derulo being a
Jesus.
meathead idiot because I already knew that. Case in point.
Okay, this is
Hey, yo, Jason.
okay. Like I'm just saying, this song, like a lot of the other songs they had, like, this is not even on the same level as them. This is like 10 times worse.
Honestly, this intro might be one of the funniest pranks anyone's ever pulled.
You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
At some point, something becomes so banal, so brain dead that
Jesus.
it loops all the way around to being genius, and then keeps going all the way back into idiocy. Honestly, this song's just amusing. I don't have any ire towards a dumb song that knows it's dumb and doesn't aspire to be anything else. This is his best hit song, actually. Sue me. But like, you get the point, right?
Oh my God, this guy's like a bad take machine. Oh my goodness, Jesus, his best hit. Come on, bro. The Other Side. Want to Want Me. That's really it.
Right, Derulo was everywhere this
Maybe It Girl.
year. Hell, he was so prolific he even crossed over to, of all things, country.
My accent's got a little twang, little thing.
What the
I mean,
fuck?
okay, this isn't the version that was a hit, but like, who cares? The point is that by 2014, any last shreds of fun that Bro Country had were stripped away in favor of overly defensive, miserable slop like this. And I know I'm right because, like, this is the first line of the song.
Drake.
It's the same thing I gave Luke Bryan and Blake Shelton slack for doing last year. They're too self-conscious about how the hip-hop crowd doesn't want to hang out with them to have any real fun on their own terms.
That's what Todd was
Dreary, so
basically
dour,
saying.
so defensive, and that's just what Bro Country was in 2014. It got bad, y'all.
Tonight is bottoms up. Throw it on down, rock this quiet little country town.
Real bad. Like, this song is so depressing, it might as well be the country we can't stop. Sounds the pathos that makes that song interesting, or, well, sounding good in any way whatsoever. Gummy, muddy production, one of the weakest, slimmest voices to ever grace country radio, just bleakness all the way down. Hell, the only dude I can think of who could do it worse is...
Sounds like a Morgan Wallen
Who
type
else was it
beat.
ever gonna be?
Why does that remind me of Morgan Wallen? Is it Think About Me?
Christ, this is just
Maybe.
objectively not country anymore. This is just R&B delivered through Jason Aldean's sleazy, lifeless voice on top of a limp, grooveless beat. This burns about as bright as a match in Atlantis. Again, why does this man insist on trying to have Smolder? God, this is just depressing. And as much as I'd love to tell y'all this is the worst beat of 2014, the sad fact of the matter is, it really isn't. Cause like, oh lord, did beats also get dire this year. This, Wiggle, Dark Horse, hell, pretty much anything DJ Mustard touched. Frick, let's just play the rest of them for your listening pleasure.
In that club.
I
that's
don't have
fire,
anything to say
bruh.
about this obviously terrible song. I just wanted to inform y'all that I have somehow gaslit an entire server into finding the number 23 funny. But like, it is a pretty funny number though, right? Right?
No. No.
No real insightful commentary here either. Atonal synths paired with thudding percussion is always a losing formula for my taste. Just sounds bad to me.
I'm gonna love you
She's so
So,
bad,
if you take
bro.
out Charlie
Oh my
XCX from
god.
Fantasy and for some reason try your own hand at Dark Horse, complete with the non-chorus
Jesus.
build-up structure, turns out you get a bad song. Whoa.
They're both bad.
Okay, I know we're talking about beats here, but like, if a song beats you over the head until you get a concussion, that counts, right? Right? God, this one really is way worse than I remember it being. No amount of Ariana and Jesse's vocal talent or Nicki Minaj's Spitfire flows can salvage this hot mess. Oh, and speaking of Nicki Minaj and annoying things,
God, look at her butt.
Nicki,
It's alright.
Nicki, Wayne beat you to that sample by 2 years, girl.
Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt.
That aside, like, yeah, like with that Big Sean song, I am definitely the clown for putting this in this video. Honk honk, baby. There's that one line. Which, doesn't that remind you of something else?
Because you know I'm all about that bass.
Oh, I forgot about this song.
No trouble.
Oh yeah, we're saving the best for last year, baby.
Yeah, my mama.
But she told me don't worry about the size.
You know what? I'm honestly kinda grateful for this song. If you haven't noticed by now, the worst hits of 2014 are mostly just bad and really
Look,
boring
you're right.
things that aren't really interesting to talk about. Don't merit much discussion. I feel that's why 2014 has such a bad reputation. So much mediocre slop
That's
is
a
just
bot,
not
bro.
fun to talk about. So thank you, Megan Trainor, for coming along
Hot
right
take.
at the rear end of
It's
the
not
year and providing us with the
too
mother of
bad,
all
but it's not
discourse.
good at all.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
I ain't no size 2. I can shake it like I'm supposed to do.
Though, let's be frank, the discourse around this song has been beaten to death so thoroughly that the All About That Bass troopers are coming out of the woodwork to convince us that the song's still alive and is just hiding in the Bahamas or something. I see no need to drag this one out, so the Cliff Notes version.
I'm bringing booty back. Go ahead and tell them skinny bitches that.
Body positivity is a good thing, sure, but all this song's doing is exchanging one standard of beauty for another, which completely flies in the face of its intended message. It's petty drama under the guise of self-empowerment. And also, like, the song's bass is weak as hell.
Because you know I'm all about that bass. About that bass. No trouble.
Like, I don't know, if you're gonna use bass as a metaphor for big booties, maybe, like, the chaste, lightweight sound of 50s doo-wop isn't the right fit for it. And if the sound is
True.
your thing, I mean, Lips Are Moving is just the exact same song, except good, which makes this song useless. I don't know, this is the kind of song that I didn't hate at the time, but god, am I so sick of it all these years later. And that is everything for this dirge of a year.
Oh,
Yeah,
please.
Maybe the highs of this year aren't enough to save it from mediocrity. Though, the deluge of detritus does make picking the worst of the year a lot harder than usual. Is what I would say, if not for... No, God,
No, wait.
make it stop, please.
No way you're making
the
this
song
the
that
worst
causes
song.
me actual physical anguish was always going to be a shoo-in for the worst of the year, no matter who else.
What?
Jeez. So, congratulations to Latch.
That's insane. I don't get it. I don't like. I can't like. I mean, I guess the beat could be annoying. I mean, it sounds like the beat is annoying from him. But even with that, wow. Okay. I mean that is a mind-blowing take. But okay, I mean,
Disclosure featuring Sam Smith.
I mean, this is the first. Honestly, this is the first invalid worst hit. But you know,
are the
that's just my
worst hit
opinion.
song of 2014.
No.
An honor I'm sure you'll wear with pride. Now then, we've made it halfway through the decade. Woo! And like, I don't usually do this,
Finally.
but I'm suffering for y'all's sake here, so I'm gonna take this brief moment to ask y'all to like this video if you enjoyed yourself so far, and subscribe if you want to see more like it. I'm going to be going through the best hits of the 2010s next year, plus the seasons on the horizon, and y'all aren't gonna want to miss any of it. Anyways, enough shilling. Onwards to 2015.
If it don't make dollars, don't make sense. Z, wake up like I gotta get it.
2015 was the year that Tyga's vibes changed from guy who features on Chris Brown songs to guy who features on Chris Brown songs and also made a song about how it's totally okay for him to have sex with a minor, actually. Meanwhile, Chris Brown spent the year being the best part of
What?
Chris Brown songs.
Got your girl in my section finna go up.
Like, this is just a totally generic, inoffensive verse. Meanwhile, there's Omarion who
If your chick come close to me, she ain't going home when she
That's fire, bro.
built this entire song around a pickup line so clumsy he makes stealing your girl sound more like he wants to kidnap her. And then there's Janae Aiko who...
But you gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Okay, well, she's the actual best part of the song, but like, Booty Like Groceries is one of the all-time grades of laughably bad sex lyrics. Food sex never works, hon. But yeah, obviously I'm just stalling for time getting to the real atrocity of the hour here.
Only.
every bottle and cup in the sky.
Oh, cause don't choke.
Sparks in the air like the
That's turned to a demon.
Like, dude must have really been kept on such a short leash this year that he wasn't allowed to say anything of substance on any of the 4-year hits he notched. Meanwhile, Nicki's got some of her wackest lines ever.
I don't duck nobody but tape. Yeah, that was a setup for a punchline on duct tape.
Drake's
The
out here being
song
about as childish as
isn't
pervy as
that
he's ever
bad.
been.
She was sitting down on that big butt, but I was still staring at the titties, dog.
And Wayne is, oh god, he sounds bad.
I never fucked Nick and that's fucked up. If I did fuck, she be fucked up. I piss greatness like gold is yellow.
And I don't just mean his bars.
Flip you mouth off, I blow your face off. I mean, pop, 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 then I take off. Nigga, now you see me. Nigga, now you don't.
I almost kind of feel bad for him. Almost, but not quite. Check in the rehab, dude. You desperately need it. Of course, the real star of the show is this quote-unquote beat.
I never fucked Wayne, I never fucked Drake. All my life, man.
Song
fuck
is
Drake.
fire. The
Like,
beat is
by
fire.
2015, any talent Dr. Luke may have once had as a producer was just gone. An endless 4-note loop, lifeless thudding sub bass, sparse drunken percussion, and that's all you get. I choose to believe this beat was so bad it killed Dr. Luke's career. He didn't produce another hit after 2015 until...
If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back.
Oh, Doja, what have you wrought? Really, though, only kind of stands as like a testament to what the bad hits were like in 2015. In the year blossoming with some of the best, some of the most fun and colorful songs of the decade, the worst songs were all so gray and lifeless. And, rap.
I don't got no type.
Bad bitches is the only thing that I like.
Like, not to rag too much.
Not
on
too
one genre,
shabby.
but if you were a
It's
rapper
not too
with a hit
shabby.
song in 2015 and your name wasn't Fetty Wap, chances are it isn't very good and hasn't aged very well. Like, say what you will about DJ Mustard last year, at least his beats were trying to be fun.
Oh, I'm out of
In
water,
2015,
man.
We got Richard yelling over this still nothing of a beat.
Bitch better have my money. Y'all should know me well enough. Bitch better have my money.
We got a terminally exhausted Rihanna sounding just miserable and uncomfortable over an overstuffed thrumming migraine of audio production.
Blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man. That's lessons on lessons
So I
on lessons.
forgot about that
Big
song.
Sean Big Johnny over a beat doing its best to sabotage him. Meanwhile, Drake's,
I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know.
Then stop if you're not having fun. Also,
I think I'm famous enough. I don't need any more press.
so that was a lie. Oh, and while we're on the subject of Drake, he's a great example of the other problem rap had this year. Even when the beats were trying to sound fun, the rappers sure weren't.
You used to call me on my
Really?
phone.
Ah, man. Come on. This is a classic.
Like, here we've got this nice vibey beat that Drake uses to be a clingy, possessive, concern-trolling piece of crap towards this girl.
Going places where you don't belong.
Like, dude. And the whole time he sounds just utterly wasted.
Why you always touch and roll?
That adds to the vibe of the song, man. Come on.
Sure, he sounded worse in the other sense, and sure, you could argue that him sounding so bad enhances the pathetic attitude of the song, but I wouldn't exactly chalk that up as a good thing. Hotline Bling really feels like the start of whiny prick Drake in the mainstream, where his constant complaining about women stopped being compelling drama and just became embarrassing. Also, since I'm feeling petty, allow me to ruin the quote-unquote good part of the song for y'all too.
Cell phone. Late night.
Okay, ruin it.
So, remember when me and Lizette G counted down the best hits of 1973? Well,
Nope.
there was another song on that year, and that really caught my interest when I first heard it.
Oh, yeah. It's simple.
Yeah, so even the good part of this song is just an admittedly
Yeah.
pretty solid sample flip. Like, just go listen to this song on 1.25 times speed if you really desperately can't let go of this beat. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Baby, won't you come my way?
Oh yeah, bad rap. Damn, turns out even being Fetty Wap doesn't save you from the curse of not being Fetty Wap in 2015. Frustratingly cyclical
See, look, see. This song wouldn't be on this list if the song would be on this list if it wasn't with Monty instead. If it was Drake, because Drake is way better on this song. Monty fucking sucks. Fuck Monty. Fuck him. Okay, who cares about Monty? Who cares? Have Drake on the actual hit, and it's an actual like legendary song. That song would have done 100% way better if you just got rid of Monty and just put Drake on that fucking shit. Oh my god, that would have gone so hard. Oh my goodness.
Ellie over a frustratingly cyclical and really dour beat? No thanks. Granted, it's better than...
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
No beating around the bush. Y'all know why we're here. I mean, you'd think after how much hot water Rick Ross got in a few years ago, rappers would lay off the rape lines for a bit, but let's be frank, nobody really got this line because, well, nobody could even make out what he was saying. Like, if I told you these are the actual lyrics, would you even be able to call me a liar? And while yes, it's yet another tally in the ever-growing tide of men just casually being misogynistic, it's not like people were listening to this song because of this lyric. Nah, this is how most people listen to this song.
Yeah, it's fucking fire. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Remember Vine? Vine used to be a thing. That goofy little app pretty much decided the direction of hip-hop for the entire year. Hell, even some of the songs from last year, bringing us such gems as, say, a literal freestyle. I'm the king of this shit, crowned by the toilet. Which is somehow more coherent than world-famous rapper Lil Wayne was this year. Does the TNT wave stand for tall, so tall he overshadows Lil Wayne? Anyways, Vine also brought us...
What? What did you say? The cool.
Okay, well, this is basically just a meme song that I presume knows it's goofy as all hell. Not worth getting mad at. Just don't do it again and we won't have any beef. But, even among Vine hits, there's one song that overshadows them all.
Okay.
You already know who it is.
Yeah, makes sense. No, it makes sense. Makes sense. 100% makes sense.
Long past to really hate this one, but I do get why it got under so many people's skin back when it was big. There's something so corporate about the whole affair, about the featureless, inoffensive beat, about Silento listing off every last dance he can think of in the flattest monotone he can muster. I'd almost accuse it of projecting an attitude of forced cheer if, like, it even bothered trying to do that.
Bop, 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 bop.
The song isn't even inviting you to dance along with it, it's just telling you to watch. Do not participate. In doing so, making you want to participate. And since it's just a rote checklist of dances, you can pick whichever one you want, dance along to it, and upload it to Vine, and poof, you get a song practically designed to go viral. Specifically made to capitalize on Vine. It's so cynical. Hell, that's why I'm more than okay giving other Vine dance songs like Hit the Quad a bit of a pass, cause like... Hit the quad! Hit the quad! Yeah, it sounds worse,
better
but,
than
like, it
Watch
also
Me,
sounds
definitely.
Fun. Dude sounds like he's enjoying himself. He's inviting you to have fun with him. It sounds like a song an actual person would make. Same reason I'm more than willing to defend 7-Eleven, because damn it, Beyonce sounds like she's having the time of her life with her insane troll song. Which, by the way, yeah, guys, she's just making a Nicki Minaj song. The more you hate it, the more Beyonce's power grows. Like, it's not a good song, but 7-Eleven, Hit the Quad, Nasty Freestyle, Coco, hell, even Flex. I respect all of these songs. Yes, even the one with the rape line, way more than Watch Me. Anyways, I'm currently feeling incredibly self-conscious about how much black music I've talked about from 2015, so let me assure y'all that white people freaking sucked at music this year, too.
Yes, please! Number 1 D1 Maroon 5 Defender. Don't tolerate any Maroon 5 hate.
I think
tolerate it.
Me that this is Maroon 5's worst song, because, like, it's
what? Hell no.
Feelings.
Feelings. Come on, feelings, man. Get with the program. Feelings. I mean, I heard feelings. Oh my god.
The shrillness of maps and animals, sounds the vestiges of Edge at least made those songs interestingly bad. And like Hey Soul Sister, it's an absolute menace of a song.
Maybe the worst hit. But I mean, that's not even. That's still a bad take. His worst hit at Sugar.
You know, we give
that's not even his worst hit.
A lot of flack for its word salad lyrics, but like, have y'all actually listened to Riptide?
I was scared of dentists in the dark. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck. Is this movie
He's...
This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen.
Whatever this guy was trying to say, he's dolled it up in so much flowery poetic language that it just sounds like he was filling in Mad Libs, all the while dipping in and out of rhyme schemes without any, rhyme or reason. Though the song's crowning achievement in incoherent balderdash has to go to.
I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
Like, huh? What?
Yeah, I don't even know what he said there.
It's bad, it's just confusing. Screw this, give me something painfully straightforward instead.
This is my fight song. Take back
Pretty
my
bad.
fight song.
If this is your fight song, you're going to lose.
Man, I'm stealing a lot from Todd this year, huh? Might as well buy another opinion from the Todd store then.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on.
Yep. Actually, no, not yet. This song is okay.
So, remember way back at the start of this video when I brought up Afternoon Delight as an example of a terrible song from decades past? Yeah. In 20 odd years, our kids and grandkids are gonna make fun of us for this one the same way we make fun of our parents and grandparents for Afternoon Delight. It's got that same aura of radiating off it to the point where I'm very certain this is the song Ben Shapiro listens to anytime he needs to get his virginity back. Oh, and yeah, here's the obligatory Megan's part of the video.
Okay, yeah, this is bad too.
God, this girl is so stupid. Like, inadvertently starting a war over beauty standards is one thing, sure, but at least it was an attempt at a progressive message, not this regressive 1950s in both sound and substance schlock. And as much as I hate agreeing with a dose of Buckley on anything, God, this woman really is Tumblr personified, huh? Her sole role in pop culture was generating discourse nobody asked for or should have even cared about, discourse that did nothing but harm her and everyone else in the process. Can't you just make a simple, uncontroversial song, Megan?
What about No?
I kinda hate that one of Meghan Trainor's better songs, comparatively mind you, sees her dragging uber-talented singer-songwriter John Legend down to her level. Her basic, white bread, completely sterile level. Though while we're on the subject of happily married couples...
So no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not.
I've only got one thing to say. This song is not better than Someone Like You by Adele.
Who said that?
Okay, now that I'm done being cheeky.
Did anyone say that?
I think the big thing about this song is like, why?
I'm trying to think who
Why
said
are
that.
we
Was that like a
here?
reference?
What story is there to a song about not cheating? It's not like this is a love song. He doesn't say a single thing about his wife, and I'm not bothered by him bragging about.
Bro, this
not
video,
anything.
oh
It's
my
like,
God.
Hey, man, I've never killed a starving child, but you don't see me going around bragging about that. Now, the reason I dislike the song is just because
12 years. 21 years? Damn. Oh, that, gay.
It's just really aesthetically unappealing to me. It's cheesy, corny, cloying.
What is that?
Is
Is that Oscar?
Not a charismatic singer either. It's
1
just,
year.
I'm fine with some types of country,
They
but
definitely
more
broke up by
country is
now.
Never gonna be my thing.
Oh,
by
gay.
the way, is Bro Country doing any better this year?
Nope.
Back it on up.
Okay, that's enough of that. Not until Nika Moon would another country party song sound this bleak. Any other country I should care about this year?
What is this?
Of course, we gotta get to this guy eventually.
I don't want
Oh.
to steal your freedom. I don't want to change your mind.
Right, first the easy target.
I don't know if you were looking at me or not. You probably smile like that all the time. I don't mean to bother you, but I couldn't just walk by.
Fuck, this guy's just talking?
Rambling at the singing thing he does
What?
just sounds stupid. Though I gotta say,
What is that, she's
it's
talking?
a really good metaphor for the duality of this song.
I know it starts with hello, and the next thing you know, you try to be nice, and some guy's getting too close, trying to pick you up.
Like, Sam Hunt wants to have it both ways. He wants to tell this girl that he knows how she feels when random guys at the bar hit on her. But also, he does still want to hit on her. Hey, girl, I know y'all ladies hate when dudes creep on you, but like, did you know you're really hot? You just can't be both sympathetic and sleazy at the same time. It just doesn't work. But there's a reason Sam Hunt thinks it will.
I don't have to make you love me. I just want to take your time.
It's because he feels, well, entitled to her. Like, I don't have to make you love me, I just want to take your time. Because in his mind, if they talk long enough, she'll fall head over heels for him because he's just that charming and handsome, which, like, bite me, dude. It's the same exact attitude I gave Blurred Lines flack for, but hell, at least Robin Thicke cured himself with a veneer of cool. May I remind you, Sam Hunt, you sound like this.
And I know your name, 'cause everybody in here knows your name. You're not looking for anything
Bro,
right now.
this guy just keeps yapping, bruh. Damn.
Truly a man of class and dignity. All this song makes me want to do is reach for the pepper spray in my pocket. Though, you know what?
He's like,
I think it's my time for another round of pepper spray core. Come at me, y'all.
Anyone listen to this? Does anyone still listen to... Do
Did
people remember
anyone
this
else
song?
realize that Fancy was ironic? That the whole point was being the trashy kind of rich? You can't just shamelessly rip it off and then try to play it straight. It ain't gonna work, dude.
Really? This song is kind of... This song is...
Is it fair
nostalgic.
to call this the most forgotten #1 hit of the decade? I swear, this song
No.
vanished into the ether the moment the calendars turned
I'ma be.
over. And like, maybe it's wrong of me to lump this song in here.
I'ma
but,
be,
the
or
fact that it just feels really uncanny and
Against Me?
uncomfortable to
Is that
Like, only as
that
an
one
alien
Britney
trying to
Spears
understand
song?
The human concept of love by remaking Honey, I'm Good.
Nah, people remember this song. I can sing this song, like, I could sing this song like randomly. People would join in. Well, they wouldn't fucking join in, obviously, but like they would know the song.
This is just
most people know the song.
House, Honey, I'm Good.
If I sing "I'ma Be," a lot of people wouldn't know that song, honestly. Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't. And "Hold You Against Me," I think that one never won by Britney Spears. That might be another one. Honestly, I don't think anyone would know that song. It's either "I'ma Be" or "Hold You Against Me." I think those were number ones that just fell off the face of the earth.
Though I'll give Omi this. At
Honestly.
least he lists things he likes about his girl. And it's not nearly as annoying either.
Nope. Nope. The song is good. Very good. Nope.
Does Nick Jonas not realize that you're so much hotter than me that I'm worried you're going to leave me for a hotter guy is a colossal cell phone? And also an admission that he only loves her for her body? Yeah, you're right, dude. She does deserve better than you. God, men are so insecure. No, guys, it's not implied pedophilia. That's Tyga's shtick. Also, it's just a completely normal song about Neo being horny for this hot adult stripper, sabotaged by one insane production decision. Which you can blame on, of friggin' course, Dr. Luke. And Circuit 2, I guess. The tag team that also brought us only. Truly the flag bearers for bad music in 2015. Though they're not the only deadly duo to make some real trash this year. Remember when I called the team up of David Guetta and Nicki Minaj the worst hit song of 2012? Yeah.
The song isn't.
God, this really does bring me Vietnam flashbacks to 2012, though. Like, you've got the same overproduced, clustered nightmare of a chorus as Turn Me On, paired with the hell noise drops of way too many songs about her listening again.
Yes, I do the cooking, yes, I do the cleaning.
And oh, what's that? Some skeevy man writing Nicki Minaj as a submissive, subservient housewife, dear future husband style? Gosh, I guess this must be 2015 then. Yeah, I never said we left the men being gross part of this year, did I? Though, I will say it, there's one other line in the song that's painfully 2012.
I know you want it in the worst way.
This reminds me of something, but I don't know what it is. Like a nagging itch that I don't quite know how to scratch. I'm sure it's nothing. But nah, this isn't quite as migraine inducing as Turn Me On was, and we have plenty of better candidates this year than we did back in 2012. Having said that, don't sit down just yet, Nikki, because it's pretty obvious that nothing this year tops Only in terms of sheer awfulness. So congratulations to Only by Nicki Minaj featuring Drake, Lil Wayne, and Chris Brown. You are... Hold up, no. Can we talk about how goddamn inexcusable Hotline Bling is?
You should just be yourself right now.
No, you had
Like, no,
you were gonna do a good take there. No.
The toxic guilt tripping "Want You Back Girl" lyrics, and She Ain't You, the real world subtext that makes that guilt tripping oh so much worse. That also just so happens to
really?
Sample what
Come on.
Ever since I left the city, you started wearing less and going out more.
See, with the other awful hits this year, only it's mostly just stupid and boring. Hey Mama just sounds like crap. Dear Future Husband, Marvin Gaye, those are more PragerU think pieces than actual songs. Christ, even Take Your Time is at least just Sam Hunt making up a girl to hit on. Hotline Bling is about someone. Drake is singing about a real girl he used to know, and Kimber isn't even there to cut him down for it. Also, like, Drake really just sounds so bad here.
These days, all I do is wonder if you're bending over backwards for someone else.
So yeah, Hotline Bling by Drake, the worst hit song of 2015. Let's be real.
Really? Oh, that's another invalid number one hit. Two in a row, man. You're racking up the stones. You just need 3 more.
You know, making fun of Chris
You
Brown
need 3 more
is
invalid.
getting kind of boring, actually.
Number one
Like,
worst.
what did he have this year?
Said fuck
Yeah,
you back
this
to
is
sleep?
kinda gross, but like, have you seen
What?
the rest of this video? It could be so much worse. Nah, I really want to bully Drake's more because I'm starting to think Views might actually be his worst album.
Like controller.
This isn't bad.
Like, I've never actually listened to the album, to any Drake album in full, cause my limited time in that stuff is way too valuable for that, which, for one, Views is where Drake's trademark stream trolling of excessively bloated track list started, but even just focusing on the hits, they pretty much all blow.
All my niggas wanna do is pop style.
Pop style might be the most egregious one between the lifeless, ugly beat and the awful performance from Drake. See, I told you
that a
wasn't
hit?
Hotline Bling. What's even the appeal of this?
I'm too good to you.
Really?
I'm way too good to you.
And as Hotline Bling
What?
foreshadowed, Views is where Drake's constant moaning
Come
about
on, man.
tired mostly, much like his delivery.
That song is
Though,
great.
Unlike Hotline Bling, Too Good at least has its Kimber in the form of Rihanna, so
Okay.
whatever.
Jumpin', them boys up to something.
Mostly though, the songs are just dull. The colorless, low energy production, the half asleep delivery, and really the way none of it stands out in 2016. Because yeah, Views is emblematic of what popular music in 2016 sounded like on the whole. Boring.
Well.
If I had to assign 2016 a color, dour, monochrome, and not particularly interesting to look at. Like with the worst hits of previous years, they sucked, but at least they evoked a reaction out of me. At least they gave me something to talk about. I'm not really sure how to tackle a year whose biggest crime is making me want to take a nap.
It goes down in the DM.
Like, down in the DM. It's boring. Even Nicki sounds bored. A feat only couldn't even accomplish.
I ain't talking pancakes, but you flip a brick fast.
Truly, this is riveting commentary. Hell, I'm willing to be kind to For Free, yet another song where Drake whines about women because at least it's upbeat. At least he sounds like he's having fun with it.
Is it just me? Or is this sex so good I shouldn't have to fuck for free?
Even despite probably his worst lyrics this year, God, at least this has some life to it. And I'll give Drake this, at least he's not as embarrassing as Post Malone.
No. Post Malone is the greatest musician of all time, okay? Don't.
Can we all just collectively agree that calling yourself the white version of any black celebrity is just cringe? Don't do that. Like, is Post Malone sussin', swaggin', and ballin' cultural appropriation?
That song
is
is
it
so
racist?
fucking good.
I
Oh
don't
my
know,
God.
but it's certainly embarrassing. I sure hope Posty looks back on this song with a faint blush and a deep sigh. And he can take
He probably
consolation in
does.
the fact that at least he's not Nash.
I know that I control my thoughts and I should stop reminiscing, but I
Most overhated song of 2016, but it's also not that great. I would say it's average.
from my dad,
It's okay.
it's good to have feelings.
I'm not gonna bother beating around the bush. Nash is the worst rapper of the decade, full stop. He has, at best, a tentative relationship with the concepts of rhyme and rhythm. He has a scrungly voice and can't sing for crap. Yet he
I
comes
could
off
see
as
that.
really arrogant
Definitely.
and punchable despite all that.
At least rapper with a hit.
Just say so.
A rapper with a hit.
If I were you, I would
Maybe.
never let me go.
And if that weren't
Oh
bad
no,
enough,
French Montana. No,
his
French
presence
Montana.
on the song completely
French
confuses
Montana.
the narrative. Olivia O'Brien is pining for this perfect dude who loves someone other than her, and Nash
French
is
Montana's
not
fucking
that
shit.
dude because he's a colossal prick who spends his verses negging her and acting like his problems are her fault, and it's just toxic and bad writing.
I hate you, I love you, I hate that I love you.
Not that this wholly unremarkable piano ballad had much to ruin, cause like with the rest of the year, there's nothing here. The most bare bones piano and percussion, a sleepy performance from Olivia, just a vast emptiness. Frick, Nash's petulant whining is about the only thing keeping the song from being absolute zero in song form. Take him away and you'd get...
And now this guy's really copying
Whoever
Down the
feels
Shadows.
So very little towards something, a level of interest so far in the negatives that it causes an overflow error and triggers an irrational, seething hatred.
I am
A lost boy from Neverland. Oh, Neverland. Been hanging out.
Peter Pan.
There's been a few songs I put on best lists where I talked about how I was into them before they were popular. I got to be all smug about that.
Whoa.
A good time was had by all, and here's where karma comes back to bite
Gay,
me because
man.
I hated Lost Boy long before I knew it was a hit.
There was a time when I was alone.
Like, this might be the least song I've ever heard. John Cage's 433 has more substance than this. At least its intention is to make you think. Lost Boy doesn't even
Is
want
that
to do
fucking
that. He
real?
wants to rotely recite
No
the
way.
story of Peter Pan and then ask you to clap for it because of how deep and insightful its message is.
Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Wendy, darling, even Captain.
Wow,
Hook
she's
on
saying
my
nothing.
perfect storybook.
Where the only real insight I can glean is that Ruth B would rather lose herself in a childish fantasy than face.
They didn't even know what to do with the video. Like, what is this video?
Loneliness, I think. It's a song about escapism.
Random
that
shit
doesn't
floating?
Really
Nah.
delve into what it's escaping from. So it just comes off as a weird case of arrested development that even Ruth B doesn't sound particularly enthused about.
He sprinkled me in pixie dust and told me to believe.
Like, she's a technically competent singer, and hell, she's gone on to make much better music in the years since.
Oh, has she?
I don't hold anything against
Oh, yeah,
her
didn't she
as
make,
an
like,
artist or as a
Dandelions or
person.
something?
It's really just this one song I take issue with, but it's because she just does not emote at all here. It's just so dry and lifeless, and it's not helped by her piano giving her nothing to work off of.
I am a lost boy.
There, that's the only part of the entire piano line that isn't just slowly playing chords. One single melody that doesn't even sound like it resolves properly into the next chord. That's the other thing. Despite having a
Yeah, it's
grand total
boring.
of
This
two
is
instruments,
boring.
Lost
Oh
Boy
my
somehow
God.
still can't manage to be musically cohesive.
Peter Pan, that's
What
they
they
call
call me.
Like, Ruth switches up her vocal
I'm
cadence in practically every
never
part of the
be
song, but
lonely.
because there's no, like, backbone for those rhythms to bounce off of, they all just end up sounding awkward and clumsy. It's just so amateur, which, like, go off the charts? Get off the charts?
Run, run.
Just blatantly says it.
Which, of course, this was a Vine hit. The last year we had those before the app went the way of the dodo. And not only that, it was a Vine before it was a song. Lost Boy is literally a 6-second fragment expanded into a 4.5-minute song for seemingly no other reason than to
4.5 minutes?
So I guess it's no surprise
4.5 minutes?
Experience that trying to use it
The
for
hell?
sustenance would just leave me
Why?
starving.
Nope. The song's good.
Woo!
Nope.
Yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for. Pure, unadulterated nightmare fuel. Yes, let the hate
I was
flow
starving
through you.
till I tasted. And I was starving till I tasted you.
God, that's a
You know,
disgusting lyric.
butterflies.
Hell yeah.
Give me the whole damn zoo.
Oh, you're keeping those unnecessary, unpleasant guitar slides in to prove that you're playing a real guitar? How sweet of you, honey. Oh, and can we have that drop again?
Bro, I don't have to tell you, bro. It's fire.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. See, isn't it just way more fun to bash on stuff that's obviously awful and has no qualms about being the most unlistenable garbage this side of a harsh noise concert? Like, I do hate this, but I love how much it makes me feel. Is this a kink thing? Huh. And while we're on the topic, might as well barrel through some easy targets.
And as far as I can see, I just need privacy.
Frick, G-Eazy might be the easiest target of them all. Like, for one, G-Eazy is the worst rap name I've ever heard. You could call yourself Big Doo-Doo Fart and you'd still sound more dignified. But also, like, G-Eazy is basically just bad Eminem, who's already not that good, so... And God, imagine being so bland you get overshadowed on your first hit by Bebe friggin' Rexa.
That's the only part I remember
Yeah,
from the
a song
song.
about not needing anyone else is entirely carried by someone else's hook. The irony there is thick, huh? Wouldn't it be funny if that was true of his other hits too? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge,
Him and I?
foreshadowing. Well,
Not
it's got
too
better
shabby.
vocal stitching than La La La, kinda? God, this is barely even a song. Barely has melodies, barely feels written. Peak 2016 from a were you even trying standpoint. It's almost kinda cute how bad it is. This is like primo bad 2014 music. Speaking of, yeah, wow, I gave Word for the Pass in 2015, but this just sounds stale. And like, it's probably just a coincidence that this song released a mere month after Work by Rihanna. I know enough about how industry pipelines work to know that this song wasn't slapped together that quickly, but I don't care. Wow, this is shameless.
Your price is way too high, you need to cut it.
Ha ha, the Coco guy tried to make another song. Lol, I told you not to do it again, man. I warned you, but you just couldn't resist, huh?
I want to be me too.
In
I
hindsight,
wanna
this
be
song is
me
just
too.
funny.
I
She
want
really
to
had
be
no clue
me
this was gonna be our last hit, huh? Made You Look doesn't count. I wrote this line back in 2021 and I'm standing by it.
You gon' have to do more than just.
See, functionally this song is perfectly fine, but I do not want to listen to Footsie McShootsie, so... Ditto, except he does sound pretty bad on this one. Moving on.
Charlie
Ha
Puth
ha, white. I'm
is
almost
not
inclined to be
that
mean to this
bad.
one, but oh my god, it repeats that chorus way too many times. We really let Charlie Puth have a career, huh?
Cause he's fire. What are you talking about? This song is fire. What are you talking
Like,
about?
put aside how wimpy he sounds on this song, can we talk about how underratedly terrible this production is? Like with Starving, the guitars are mic'd to capture every last scratch and slide, yet they still sound synthetic and fake. There's random trap skitters punctuating the mix, like tropical house undertones because it's 2016, so why not? It's like peak monogenre sludge.
This song is
I can,
fire.
at the very least,
Come on.
give this props for correctly using Selena Gomez, and she does sound pretty good here too. Shame that didn't carry over to her own songs. Like, girl, you found the lane that worked for you in 2015. Why are you reverting to this kind of lumpy, yelpy, ugly, genreless smush?
Fuck.
Wow.
God
this is
damn,
worse
she's
than
so
I remembered
fine.
it being. I don't have anything else to add. It just sounds bad, right?
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Granted, her other big hit this year is like the worst possible version of what she's good at making. Awkward, tuneless, whispery, and frustratingly start-stop.
Well, get your hands off my queen, bro.
Like, is it supposed to be sexy and intimate?
Come on,
or
man.
Is it going for the passionate intensity of love? I don't think you can have it both ways here, girl. Oh, and Diet Selena Gomez was big this year too.
This song, is a guilty pleasure of mine. This actually, I actually don't find it that bad.
This is fine. I swear, y'all get way too mad at stupid teenager crap. Though, to be fair, this doesn't have a good hook, and she isn't a great singer, and the production is kind of lousy, and the lyrics are so banal you can tell that they're just what a committee of men thinks goes through the heads of teenage girls, and okay, yeah, this is pretty bad, huh? I'm willing to give Sit Still Look Pretty a pass,
So,
because at
but
least it
this
sounds
guy
like
right here is got a
good.
low
I like
where
that one. It's bright, it's upbeat, it sounds finished, it's a welcome relief from a lot of the other hits this year. Because, like, by now, you're seeing the other half of why 2016 was so dire, right? All the rap and R&B was downbeat and moody. Meanwhile, the upbeat pop music that was supposed to serve as the yang to that yin was also sterile and corporate. So the end result is that absolutely nobody sounded like they were having any fun. They didn't stop people from trying,
I
though.
can see that.
I think after listening to this song, dance stops being a real word for a while. This song killed my grandma, 0 out of 10, worst song of all time.
It's a fucking Twitter joke.
I don't know if this is the worst thing ever or anything, but it is unquestionably just 2 measures repeated for 3.5 minutes. And guys,
Yeah, it's
stop
alright.
with the food sex metaphors. Gag. And cake especially. Why does that one make me particularly uncomfortable? It might just be my imagination.
Just you and me.
Come on, this isn't that bad.
Have y'all ever noticed how really overstuffed this production is, despite how lightweight it's trying to be?
No.
Sean Paul especially. He
I know
just
nothing
does
about
way
production.
too much here. And as much as I don't buy this kind of song coming from Sia, I'd honestly buy it even less coming from Rihanna. Not like her attempts at dance music fared any better this year.
What?
Calvin Harris's finest hour, derogatory, maybe reducing Rihanna.
No.
Rihanna to generic white girl on EDM song.
Oh, okay. He was showing those songs off as good songs. I was about to say, like, is he showing 4 or 5 seconds as a bad song? Oh my god, I was about to go off. Oh my goodness.
Make what may be the single most lifeless dance song I've ever heard. God, I almost want to apologize to Let's Go Now. Almost.
The childhood songs for me, okay.
God, what
that song
happened
is
to DJ
good.
Snake?
Okay.
No, what happened to drops? Even the best EDM this year still fumbled the drops. And this guy's voice is also not good.
It's good, okay.
So there's just no part of this
for
I
me,
like.
okay,
At
it's
least it's not
childhood
wasted
song.
potential. And to wrap things up, let's take a look at the latrine-scented moonshine country bras in 2016. What country? The genre barely existed this year. There were a whopping 3 country songs on the year end, and they were all
Jesus.
mid as hell. Let's just get to the one y'all been waiting for instead.
I know I can treat you better than he can.
Really? When
Most overhated shit of 2016, bro. It's not that. I know I've said it for a lot of songs. It's just mid. I wouldn't go out and listen to it, like, but I wouldn't, like, maybe I would turn it off, actually. It's not mid. It's like a little
you
below
think about
mid.
it, this and Take Your Time are 2 peas in a pod. Dudes hitting on girls in the sleaziest, most unflattering, most manipulative ways possible. Preying
That's
on
the
their
nice guy
insecurities to get
type
what they
shit.
want, but like, give someone a little credit, at least he tried to sympathize with her. Treat You Better is all me, without even a hint of concern paid to the girl's feelings.
Tell me why are we wasting time on all your wasted crimes?
Well, it's because it shows it in the video, you know what I'm saying?
Stop crying and bang me, whore. Gosh, what women wouldn't swoon over such sensitive, seductive flirtations from such a classy man of culture? Gah. And we could argue all day over whether being bluntly selfish or subtly selfish is worse. Who cares? They both suck. The bigger problem is that Treat You Better is just objectively a bigger hit than Take Your Time. Heard by so many more people. People who will take the song as a free pass to be just as gross.
And you're spending all your time in this wrong situation.
Honestly, though, like, who's doing that? That's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, like, I'm allowed to do this stuff because Shawn Mendes Treat You Better, play it on the radio, and he said that in a song. Like, I don't think, is anyone doing that? I don't know.
And I can't
That's
imagine
just
Mendes,
my
or
thinking.
anyone on his team for that matter, realize just how bad the song makes him look. Because, again, this kind of behavior has been unfortunately normalized in our culture. But someone had to have gotten the memo afterwards, because in what I can only assume was an act of damage control, the music video recontextualizes the song to be about Mendes saving this girl from a physically abusive boyfriend in a desperate attempt to make him look like the good guy here.
And any girl like you deserves a gentleman.
Which, if that's how far you have to twist the narrative, you failed. What have you failed? Yes, all of it. Also, Greta Van Flan, Benda Dancy Khan, Peta Fana Khan. Yeah, I think that's about all that needs to be said about Treat You Better. And as much as it probably deserves to be called the worst hit song of 2016, nah, I hate Starving just a little bit more.
Really? Okay.
But, you know what? As horrifyingly unpleasant as it is in both sound and substance, at least Starving makes me feel something.
You know what? He broke his streak. I mean, if this is the worst hit.
A degree of burning outrage. At least Nash fills me with a sense of secondhand embarrassment. Hell, at least Drake finds interesting ways to be boring. Lost Boy just fills me with this irrational sense of disgust for how little it gives me.
You know what?
How empty
He's
it makes
breaking
me
his
feel,
streak here.
for
This is
how
actually a valid
unremarkable
choice.
It is in every aspect.
Honestly, I can agree with this. I could see his point
like,
here.
Frick, why haven't I blown up if this is all it takes? Reading Peter Pan once, owning a piano, this song's success single-handedly disproves any narrative that you have to have skill or talent to succeed, that you have to have something to say, that you have to have a compelling personality, that you have to command attention in some way or another. Nah, it's all just luck. It's a giant game of chance. Or you otherwise just need to be born rich, but that's besides the point. The point is, God, this song makes me feel
Guy's
hopeless.
so awful.
Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free.
It's the kind of song that makes me feel bad as a creator. Like, I don't make videos like these to get popular. I make them because I want to, but I mean, it is nice when people see them, when people enjoy them. And whether or not that's even possible is pretty much all just up to the same random number gods who one day decided that this completely milquetoast snippet of audio.
I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan.
Deserve to be one of the biggest songs in America. So what's even the point in trying? I guess all I can really do is keep making videos the way I want to. And I'm the one making this video, so I can say with absolute confidence that Lost Boy by Roof B is the worst hit song of 2016.
You know what?
Yay, woohoo, please tell me 2017
Valid.
will be more fun.
Valid.
In 2017, Chris Brown gained shape-shifting powers and took on the form of Black Bear.
Oh,
like,
hell
a
no.
more obvious and logical comparison would be Kodak Black, who we'll get to, but if we want to talk about the same sleazy, toxic, female disrespecting attitude Chris Brown carries on so many of his songs, then that's just Black Bear's whole thing. Like, this might be Black Bear's worst song, and that's a discovery that includes Hot Girl Bummer, a song I previously called the worst hit song of 2020, which I still stand by. If you relate to that song, I don't know, I'd probably just tell you to go to therapy. If you're
That song isn't that bad.
relate to Do Re Mi, I want to slap you across the face.
Pay me back or bitch, it's over.
And frick, this is such a gutless, pitiful breakup song that it makes what was supposed to be this epic burn of a kiss-off sound like Black Bear drunk texting the wrong ex at 4 in the morning. I swear, all the
What is this
bios
video?
It's just misplaced anger towards this Drake. Like, seriously now? This
video is
so,
worse than the song.
so lame. Can't
What the
imagine this
fuck?
girl was thought about that drugged up loser she dated that one time in years, and she's all the better for it. Okay, good. That's settled. Now let's talk about Kodak Black. Granted, this will be quick because this turd isn't worth spending time or energy on. Tunnel vision is a classic case of someone hijacking a legitimate issue for their own personal gain. In this case, the much more serious issue of racist discrimination by police against people of color, which only legitimizes the issue, inadvertently throwing actual victims under the bus, simply because Kodak is too petulantly selfish to own up to his own crimes.
I get in the girl I want, in the girl I want.
And it's telling that not only did the song have to be edited in post to remove a line where Kodak outright confesses to the crime he was charged for, an ugly line that, whether or not he actually did rape a woman, speaks volumes about his character, but as damage control, the video goes as far as painting Kodak's opposition out to be gun-toting, MAGA hat-wearing racists, instead of, you know, normal people who think rape is bad.
Look who that boy, they hate to see you in a form.
So yes, I am in fact saying that tunnel vision is just the worst aspects of All About That Bass and Treat You Better combined, paired with far, far worse real-world implications than either of them. Screw this noise.
True.
I'm far and I don't know how to party.
Also, ew, gross. Are you drowning in toilet water or something, dude? Anyways, give me something that's less of a migraine to think about, please.
Hey, can't get my dick in my pants. Hey.
I am not ready
Was that a
to
hit?
this touchdown conversation so soon after the Kodak Black conversation. We'll get to that in 2018. All I'll say for now is that there's a difference between being experimental and being amateur, and by saying that, y'all already know which of the two I think this falls into. Okay, for real now.
That song goes hard.
An easy target. Like, say, the biggest song of the year.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet.
I know we all like to make fun of this song nowadays. Hell, I've taken shots at it myself.
I'm in
but
love
let's be
with your
honest with ourselves.
body.
The Shape of You hate is actually just misplaced cheap thrill.
It's not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Because I mean, Cheap Thrills is just so devoid of anything. It was so big for so long that Cheap Thrills 2 Cringe Edition was a disaster waiting to happen.
Cheap Thrills Cringe Edition.
After an entire year of white people co-opting Tropical House and milking it dry, the biggest song of 2017 sounded like the lamest parts of 2016. Of course it gets hate. Like, it's not good. I do not like it even a tiny bit, but it's probably not as bad as we've all collectively agreed it is. I mean, it's better than... Don't wanna know, no.
Jesus. Maroon 5 D1 Defender. Me. That's me. I'm the number one D1 Defender. This song is good. The Kendrick Lamar verse is good. See what he has to say about it.
Boy howdy, I sure love this, the year of our Lord 2016. Wait, it's 2017 now? Frick it. You know, seeing it laid out in front of me like this, it sure looks like one of the biggest trends this year was white pop stars who had no clue what to do with themselves in the trap era collectively deciding to become the most embarrassing versions of themselves.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
Listening to this song in 2023, a year by which Taylor Swift, who I just realized is somehow only now appearing in this video for the first time, has almost inarguably become the single most famous pure celebrity in the world, as in not a political or religious figure or a corporate billionaire or whatnot. It's baffling to think that there was ever a time Taylor could paint herself as the scorned underdog and sell it. Granted, she couldn't sell it back in 2017 either, which fully uncomplicates the issue. Song just sucks, but even me acknowledging that is pointless. Seriously though, Taylor is Beatles big right now, y'all. Holy Christ.
She is. This song is good.
This song's worse though. Quotes Zayn and Taylor Swift 2017. I wanna die someday. So true, besties.
So listen to the
this
song
is
every day.
It's really unpleasant to listen to.
2017.
So I suppose any song where Zayn does his best Sam Smith on Latch impression was destined to be.
You know I love it when the music's loud, but come on, strip that down for me.
Liam didn't do much better though. God, I thought Fifth Harmony and Kiara.
Nah, that's not good. That's not a good song at all. Oh my god.
2017.
Jesus.
Like when your debut single was 3 years out of date the moment it dropped, you're practically dooming yourself to be a thing of the past, which Liam Payne now is.
We're just going for the whole One Direction gang. Okay.
Christ, was it really only Harry Styles and fifth member of One Direction, whose name escapes me and I don't care enough to look it up, who didn't immediately faceplant out of the gate post 1D breakup? This sounds like if a sex song was a funeral dirge.
I don't want to be alive. I have no comments on this song, honestly. I don't know how to. I still don't know how to feel about it.
Despite how obvious it is that Logic doesn't really care about suicide, from what he said both in and out of the song.
Woo! 1-800, then I kill the pussy. Who can relate?
I'm willing to give this the lightest of passes because at least it's not actively malicious. Its faults can mostly be chalked to Logic being out of touch more than anything, and I do believe that the song is made with at least some intent to help people, even if that intent came second to the money that could be made by doing so. It's like a reverse charity single or something.
There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's at least a better message song than
Not
this,
good.
just like sonically. Both are
Jesus.
just as equally condescending and out of touch in their messaging, but at least 1-800 has the decency to sound
It's like
good.
alien
The
noises in the
melodies,
fucking
awkward
beat.
metering, the farty bass line, the lumpy production, it's just bad. And it hurts more coming from Alessia Cara, someone who at one point you could actually relate to and not feel embarrassed for it.
Where is she right now, bro? Dang.
God, what was with everyone having a latch off this year? And this song also has the bang bang problem where every single last element wants to end the air tonight all over your eardrums, and it's just exhausting. What a waste of Demi Lovato too.
Just be careful, love ain't simple.
I added this song to my playlist earlier this year, and just like my liked playlist, like the songs that I listen to every single day. And I just took it off like a month ago because I was pretty much sick of it. This song, after a while, can get very grating, I would say. And like the last time I heard it, I was like, bro, why the fuck am I listening to this? You know what I'm saying? But I did like the song at one point. Well, I still do like this song, but not enough to listen to it, you know, almost on a daily basis, honestly. But yeah, I mean, the song isn't too bad, but I mean, I can see why this guy wouldn't like it.
Speaking of, I know I'm supposed to be a diehard No Promises by Chico's featuring Demi Lovato stan, but like, what is this drop?
Yeah. The bridge is pretty good, though.
Rick, screw whatever I said about bad 2014 music. Bad 2012 music's way worse. This has nothing to do with white pop stars embarrassing themselves, but I just remember that Sean Faye Wolf of Diamond X Studios once compared the song The Trampoline, and not only do I not hear it even a little bit, but it makes me like this already mediocre song even less, so I'm putting it here purely out of spite.
I don't see that either.
And yet, despite that laundry list of embarrassments, which, yes, bad things would be a part of if not for me actually liking that song.
I still have that on my like
Nobody made a
playlist.
bigger fool of themselves in 2017
I like that
than
song.
Sam Hunt did sticking his dick in a pile of cow manure, or whatever he was talking about on this song. Which is worse, food sex or dark sex? Vote now on your phones. Whichever
I'm
one,
dying.
I think we all lose in the end. And if you're wondering why I've not ragged much on rap this year, allow me to present my deep and insightful commentary on the biggest rap songs of 2017.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot box.
I don't get Migos.
Mama told me, not to sell.
Hello.
Migos.
Slippery.
Oh my God, L.
I don't get Migos.
You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it.
I don't get Migos.
Got so many felonies, I might can't never go to counter.
Okay, that might be a W actually.
This one isn't a Migos song, even aesthetically. I just, like, I've warmed to the more melodic side of trap in recent years, but I didn't get Migos' brain of trap at the time, and I still don't really get much out of it these days. I don't have anything against it either. The biggest problem most of these songs have is being a minute or two too long, but they're mostly just uninteresting to me.
That's right, actually. Bro, I literally went to their Spotify page. Bro, Slippery's like 6 minutes long, I think. No, it's like 5 minutes long. Why? I mean, that song is honestly pretty fire. What other song? Yeah, Bad and Bougie is like 5 minutes too. Why are they so long? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. They have 3 people, and then they also have a verse. So, I mean, everyone has to get their own verse. I mean, it kind of makes sense, honestly. At the end of the day.
Slippery's kind of bad actually, but who cares?
What? No.
8 M's in my bank account.
I can see why you wouldn't like this.
I do kind of get 21 Savage, so I can say with relative confidence that this is basically just a prototype of what his sound would evolve into over the years. It's kind of quaint, actually.
In New York, I merely rock, hiding in my socks.
Fire.
And I've never gotten Playboy Cardi either, but unlike with Migos, I'm pretty sure y'all are just gaslighting me on this one. It's just a prank gone wrong, right? It has to be, right? This one's fine, though. Kind of cool beat for about a minute.
I tell all my hoes, rake it up.
Oh, hey, the Down in the DM guy got a second hit. Huh, that's neat.
Pink Lamborghini, just a race with China. What the race to China? Just a race in China.
Oh my God, Nikki, what happened to you? Like, actually, what happened to her? Where's the real Nikki? Conspiracy theory, the real Nikki died in, say, 2015, and they just replaced her with a Turn Me On style replicant. Bars, feel free to go crazy with that one. Criticizing this song like it were an average hit song is like criticizing a child's crayon scribbles as if they were the Mona Lisa. You don't make fun of a child for not being the next Da Vinci, you give them a pat on the head and the juice box because they tried their hardest and it's cute. That's how I feel about this song. Gold stars for the both of you.
That was actually a very good explanation for that.
Did it for this song, except, well, like every single person on the face of the earth
I just want some ice on my restaurant, like better like this.
Also, like every single life form in the entire universe is already pointed out, it sounds god-awful. Where's the real Ray Sherman when you need them?
Know some young niggas like to swear.
Making worse music somehow, huh?
Oh, it's not
Stop
that bad.
No, that's way bad. Of course, nobody this year can sound atrocious quite like Drake can.
What? That song's fire. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
All of y'all are fake and I'm real. That's why I'm singing this entire song without autotune, because I'm being real, man.
Oh, yeah.
This has nothing to do with rap in 2017. I just wanted to point out that Despacito hit #1 the week of May 27th, 2017, and this song was released on June 30th. It took barely a month for reggaeton to enter its flop era. I actually kind of like this one, though, despite the, you know... The GOAT? I don't know. It's got nice energy, a nice percussive groove. Beyonce's pretty fun here. If they just laid out the sample for a bit in the verses, nobody would really mind this one.
Beyonce was on this?
Let's wrap things up by making fun of the worst band of 2017.
Since when? This guy said worst band of
Nah,
2017.
I'm just kidding. Not about
Yeah,
this
Imagine
subject,
Dragons.
because it
Okay,
does.
I was about to
The
say.
mediocre falsetto, the complete inert
I was like,
lifeless
what?
bassline, the
This
brass
guy
that sounds
said
like a
Portugal
friggin'
is the
vine boom.
man. Worst band.
And the phrase, I'm a rebel just for kicks, which is so loaded I barely even want to bother unpacking it. Either admitting they're privileged enough that they feel no need to stand for anything, or outright mocking those who do stand for something. Don't ask me which, because neither of them reflect very well on their character. It just sucks all around, and I'm tired of acting out.
Thunder.
Really, the only reason we gave this a pass at the time was because the alternative was, well, Donald
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah.
Let me be clear, I don't really care that this isn't a rock song. Imagine Dragons make pop song, whatever. No, the problem is that this is just bad music. Yet another dreary monochrome beat, a guitar solo that sounds like the autotune solo from Some Nights Took Some Xanax.
Song is fire, by the way.
And of course, the Stone Chipmunk yelping out half the chorus while Dan Imagine Dragon lifelessly recites his lifeless chorus about
Dan
his lifeless
Imagine
life.
Dragon. In my classes. For the masses.
Which,
Who
like,
do you
guys,
think you
already
are?
made this song. It was called It's Time. It was really good. Why are
Yeah.
you still writing about your come up? We already been known. All Thunder does is project crippling insecurity, mostly about Imagine Dragons' place in the mainstream.
Car commercial.
It was pretty much a dead formula on the Hot 100 by 2017. Imagine Dragons were the last holdouts, so I can't really fault them for wanting to change up their sound, deal with the times. But Thunder tries so desperately to convince you that it's visionary art, that it's doing something new and original.
Not a yes, sir.
Not a follow-up.
By copying everyone else's homework and writing their name on it, which is just kind of sad. Like, to be clear, I don't dislike Imagine Dragons. Hell, I tend to like even the songs most other people hate. I love Demons, I'm fine with Believer. The only songs of theirs I actively dislike are Thunder and Enemy, which...
I actually agree with him except for Enemy. I like Enemy.
Yeah, the memes got to me too. It does have a lot of the same problems as Thunder though. The same defensive attitude, the same ugly mono-genre sound, and most importantly, a complete lack of interest by the band towards the song they're making. Because I know what Dan Reynolds sounds like when he cares about a song.
Damn, that's going crazy.
This is Dull Knives. It's an absolute mess of a song where Reynolds completely shreds his throat trying to hit notes he is absolutely not hitting. I kinda love it. It's their Wounded Dragon song. Never has Dan Reynolds sounded more like he cares about the song he's singing, and I find that incredibly compelling. And on Thunder, he sounds like this.
Lightning and the thunder.
Just absolutely no passion at all. He clearly doesn't care about this song, so why am I even listening to it? But I can't really call Thunder the worst hit of the year because my strongest emotion towards it is disappointment. And that's not really what I'm here to quantify. Nah, you gotta really piss me off if you want to walk away with a trophy on this show. And as much as the emotional side of me would love to give that honor to Blackbear because God knows he deserves it, and also it'd be funny, nah, it's gotta go to Tunnel Vision.
Okay, I'll say valid, honestly.
The thing about Tunnel Vision is, not only is Kodak Black just the most vile person on the year end, but the song has the worst intentions out of any of them. Like, the entire song feels like it was written around the one line. It's the first line of the song, it's the first line of every chorus. That is to say, written specifically to downplay Kodak's rape allegations. It has the vibe of like a PR statement, a solemn JPEG that Kodak Black posted to his Instagram after the charges came out. Can barely even call it a song at that point, but I ain't using that as an excuse to spare it here. Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black, the worst hit song of 2017.
You know what? That's valid. That's valid.
Okay, before we go any further, I need to reiterate. Remember that disclaimer way back at the start of this video about how there'd be references to sexual assault, physical abuse, and suicide? Well, not only is 2018 gonna make me mention literally all of those, but you can also throw fatal overdosing, pedophilia, and literal murder onto the pile. There is simply no way to have a clean, safe discussion of what is unquestionably the worst year of popular music in my lifetime. And I've
really
not had to pull my punches. Just like, you know... Okay. Yeah, despite everything, it's still him.
I woke up in Chris Brown's body.
How? How are we still making bad 2014 music in 2018? Okay, the obvious problems out of the way. Now then, if you watched this video up until this point, I'm sure you understand why a song about how cool it is to be Chris Brown is not something I'm particularly fond of. But it's mostly just the few specific lines I really care about.
Oh my controversial past.
See, not only do we have Chris as Dickie downplaying his quote-unquote controversial past, but then, much like Kodak Black last year, playing the race card, equivocating racist with people who think you shouldn't do a domestic violence. Racists like, say, Lil Dicky.
Racist.
Lil Dicky really wants to say a racial slur.
Any other associated with why? I mean, I guess it's unrelated, but like that shit doesn't make sense. I like that shit a lot because, like, if I could say that, it would really help me. He was cooking on the first part. But at the end, he kind of carried away a little bit. I don't know, a little carried away.
Talk about how cool it is to be black, just so he can vicariously live out his fantasy of saying
I woke up in.
Thank God his target demographic of white frat bros are smart enough to not sing along to this part. Definitely, for sure. Oh, and there's this.
I'm Kendall Jenner.
I got a vagina. I'll explore that right now.
Which I'm willing to chalk up more to Lil Dicky being a colossal idiot who didn't think through his implications more than something actively malicious. But that lack of forethought speaks volumes about his character and, yes, the culture of misogyny in general.
I don't think he meant malicious
lasting impact this
intent
completely
with
forgotten
the
relic of a song
Kendall
has had is
Jenner
the
line.
reintroduction
I don't
of
know.
Chris Brown's the
Maybe
pop
that's
music
maybe that's just
ecosystem,
my
a price we're
thinking.
still paying for as recent as this year. That's probably the part that pisses me off the most, but it's telling that this song has such a laundry list of issues that you could also attack it for promoting racism, domestic violence, or sexual assault, and not really be wrong on any of those counts. And I really don't see a point in spending further thought on this already picked clean corpse of a song, but I do want to pick on white rappers some more, so...
2017, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
One of us died.
No, G-Eazy, you're not half the man you think that you are, and you can't fill that hole inside of you with money, drugs, and cars. I'm so glad I never had a baby with you, cause...
No limit, I'm a fucking soldier.
This song's actually completely fine. I'm just upset that G-Eazy gets lead artist credit despite being about as important to this song's appeal as DJ Khaled is on his song, which, speaking of...
Oh, no. That song's good.
Should have called
No
this
Justin
Winning,
Bieber
because,
hate
like, I mean, you know,
on this
okay,
channel.
back to bullying white rappers.
No.
I mean, the jokes here write themselves, right? Woo! Psycho napping! Yeah! If you're wondering why I Fall Apart isn't on this list, it's cause like with Dull Knives vs.
'Cause
Thunder,
Post
I'm
Malone
much
is the
of an artist
GOAT.
going broke and failing over not trying at all.
He knows Post Malone is the GOAT. Oh, I used to listen to this song every single day. Like, I'm not even kidding, bro. I would literally click on the song every
Just your
single day.
regular
Oh my
reminder
God.
that Nash is in fact the worst.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Lil Pump isn't white, but given that this is basically just a gentrification of Migos' sound, I think it fits in here. Also, damn, maybe I do get Migos, because even I'm offended at how flagrant and also worse this is. And Jason Aldean isn't really a rapper, but he's tried it before, so I'm counting it. And like, I haven't really gotten to rag on how much I hate God made you for me sentiments like this, but like, dudes really don't realize how demeaning and objectifying that is, huh? Anyways, this is as good an excuse as any to switch to bullying country.
It'll be, baby,
Yes,
just
this
let
broadcast media menace of a magnificently milquetoast monument to mediocre relationships. Todd would be proud. Swear this song could serve as a medical substitute for melatonin. Meh.
I'll wear my black suit.
Wait, what? No, this can't be the right song. I like that one. Was there a clerical error somewhere? Ah, oh, I see.
Can you turn around?
Do I really have to say it again? This song... No, I'm not even gonna say it again. This song is fire. Fire. I don't know what to tell you. Maroon 5 D1 Defender. I'm just telling you. Maroon 5 D1 Defender. I don't know if you heard it before. Maroon 5 D1 Defender. Wait,
So,
can we
you
work
know how
this
Mary had
out?
that whole thing about Thomas Rhett showing up to someone else's wedding, and the whole song builds up like he's going to crash it and tell this girl his feelings, but then he doesn't? Well, Wade is just playing that stupid trope straight.
Special occasion. Not invited, but I'm glad I made it. Oh.
I kinda hate it on principle for being literally everything that Marry Me went out of its way to avoid being. Granted, this isn't the first time Maroon's 5 entire existence is centered around ruining weddings,
Man,
so...
bro,
and
Adam
the
Levine's
worst
the
song this
GOAT,
year,
bro.
rather.
Okay, you know what? I'm trying to find it. Oh, shit. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, my Lord Adam Levine. It's mid. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just mid. I'm sorry.
The true sleeper hit of 2018,
Oh,
and that it puts me to sleep.
sorry.
This encroaches on the same hollowness as Lost Boy did, only saved by having just enough about it that actively annoys me. The painfully scratchy guitars playing an anxious, plucky melody. It's so clawing, it actually makes me feel itchy, which I didn't even know was something Soundwave could accomplish. And then there's the stiff, lifeless chorus, complete with Levine's drowsiest delivery ever.
This is probably one of their worst hits,
It's
definitely.
like the feeling of insomnia personified. You want to fall asleep, but you can't because there's
Jesus.
just too many things running through your brain keeping you awake. So you're just stuck lying in bed feeling both tired and anxious at the same time, and it just sucks. I just want to go to sleep, man. Good night. Wait, what's that? No, it can't be.
The fuck is up?
God no, it's my sleep paralysis demon. Help! Really though, this fun college dropout isn't worth expending any outrage on these days. He burned so many bridges and lost so much support that he had to literally give away his second album to get anyone to listen to it. His entire career was born out of rage baiting, and once that finite well of intrigue dried up, he was yesterday's news. Like Gummo, the entire point of the song is to be provocative.
I don't fuck with no old hoes, only new hoes. Put my dick in the backbone, I pass it to my bro.
For context, 6ix9ine is a convicted pedophile. Gummo shows us that not only is he not remorseful about that fact, but he's actually proud
Look,
of it.
it goes
Why
hard.
wouldn't he? He's the literal
That's not even
embodiment of
debatable.
The more you hate him, the more powerful he becomes. Like, he
But it's not
gratuitously
that good,
overuses the
honestly.
N-word, a word that, to my understanding, he shouldn't be using, and he knows that too. I'm not mad at you for using a racial slur, dude. It just makes me think you're a racist. Unfortunately, there's a lot of those in this country.
Pop these niggas like a willy nigga.
Obviously.
You a silly nigga in the hood with them Billy niggas.
And like his lyrics, the whole point of his sound is to be provocative, attention-grabbing, ugly, maximalist beats, and an unrelentingly shouty delivery, which in 2018 especially stands out. I completely understand why his sound would get popular in the era of low-key trap. 6ix9ine is the sparkle dog of late 2010s rap. It's not a sound I'm particularly fond of, but I totally get why so many people were drawn to it. But who asked for this?
It's
Like, every
alright.
reason I can possibly come up with for why someone would enjoy Gummo just doesn't apply to Fifi. The abrasive, in-your-face sound that stands out from the crowd, gone. Now he sounds exactly like every other rapper did this year.
Oh, why does that guy look like, what was his name,
Provocative
Young
lyrics,
Gravy?
That's the only one in the entire song. The only time he uses the N-word in service of lying about a crime that he, as far as anyone can tell, did not actually commit. Though I'd be shocked if it wasn't submitted as evidence in his racketeering trial anyways. And the rest of the lyrics are about haters and hoes. That sounds familiar. But this doesn't even have the cartoonishly bad lines or the pathos that makes Love Me fascinating. It's just boring.
ASAP keep me rocky. I'm from New York, so I'm cocky. Say he.
Oh,
Look,
and
the Nicki
Fifi
verse
is
go
here,
hard.
too. Yep, she sure is. In this song, 6ix9ine told us he didn't want any friends, and by the end of the decade, he didn't have any. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, kiddo. Anyways, Tekashi, man, let me show you how being provocative really works.
No, don't do it.
I'm definitely getting canceled for this one.
Made this hit.
No way. There's just no way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. 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 Just wow. Wow.
With all the ice on in the booth.
Okay, but for real, nah, Sycamore doesn't belong here.
Okay.
It's easily the best song I'm considering a candidate song in this video, but I really genuinely hate calling something overrated, and I'm not gonna either. But it frustrates me to no end when people treat this like a piece of visionary art and not just 3 unrelated demos Travis Scott had lying around that he loosely stitched together and call it a day.
Younger flame, he in sicko mode.
Like, that is not the sound of one part of a song transitioning to the other. It is the sound of Spotify crossfading between 2 completely unrelated songs.
No,
It
I
doesn't
disagree
flow
100%.
at
Jesus
all.
Christ.
I've brought up DNA as an
Oh my
example
God.
of an excellent transition between beat switches before.
Here we go. Oh my god. Oh, the rap sucks. I only listen to Kendrick Lamar, Tom McDonald, and Eminem. Oh my god. That's... The fuck?
Just a reminder.
See, isn't that just so buttery smooth and satisfying to listen to? Meanwhile, not only do Sicko Mode's first 2 parts have completely different tempos, but the first one just ends mid-phrase, right after a bout of rising action. It's such a sharp anticlimax that gives me whiplash. It just sucks. Hell, let's get extra spicy. I'ma be has a better beat switch than Sicko Mode.
I'ma be rocking like this.
Ugh.
Travis, dude, you got outdone by Will I Freaking Am. Come on, man. The second transition is admittedly a lot smoother, even if it also sort of happens mid-phrase, but to me it's the sound of all the energy dropping out of the song because, okay, quick section ranking, the first section would be excellent if it was given time to develop, the second section is pretty dang good, on its own it'd probably be my favorite trap hit this year, and the third section is
Have me out like a light, ayy, like a light, ayy.
It was absolutely a mistake to let Drake sleepwalk over this significantly less developed and less interesting beat that also happens to take up almost half the song's runtime by itself, cementing the song's place in the decent tier. It's telling that my favorite version of this song is the one that replaces Drake's verse, and only Drake's verse, with an incredibly explicit gay parody verse.
See the cock that I took, that had me shook, jerk on his Jimmy.
But yeah, y'all, you can still enjoy the song for what it is without making it out to be something it isn't. I know this is my worst take, but y'all are like over 2 hours deep into this video at this point, so I'm sure you're used to them by now, and it wouldn't be hard for me to not include it here either. And that is all I have to say about Sicko Mode by Travis Scott featuring Drake. Let us hope I never have to talk about this song ever again. Alright, now that I'm done being incredibly annoying, back to letting the music do that job for me. Haven't I made it obvious? Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it out for you? Friday Nintendo DS.
So don't go look at me
With that look in your eye.
Well,
it's not that
that's
bad.
Definitely the worst use of a G-Funk synth ever. Yep. The kindest reading of this line is that he doesn't really feel any affection towards this girl. He's only with her for the sake of his self-esteem. The unkind reading is that being with her only helps his self-esteem because he thinks he's better than her. Yet another drip, drip, drip in the stream of men being condescending towards women, eh?
She looks like a fucking minion.
Damn, didn't know Dying Cat was a genre of music, and I wish I still didn't know that.
She has a dying cat.
Wait, no, this isn't the right song. That was last year. And the one I'm thinking of was produced by Zed. No, that ain't it either. This isn't even a year-end hit, and it definitely had a chick singing it.
This isn't a year-end hit either.
Still, no, this isn't even from this year, and it wasn't a year-end hit anyways.
Yep.
God,
What?
no.
You don't do it. No.
You know what? Screw it. Sure, it was
No.
this one. Stayed by Zed and Alessia Cara.
No,
Whatever.
no.
Anyways.
Bro, come
Not
on.
me to feel
This is
left
fire.
out. Reggaeton also hopped onto the being really annoying train this year. This is way worse than Mi Hante for the record.
What? This? Wait, he said X is better than Mi Gente? He said Mi Gente too, bro. That's a bad take. This is also a bad take. This song is good.
Clocking in at just under 7 minutes, this is the longest song on any 2010's year end. And no, the 8-minute album cut of Mirrors doesn't count. And by God, does the song make you feel every last second. Posse cuts are a tried and true formula. You can make it work, but not when it's this goddamn many dudes, none of whom are really doing enough to distinguish themselves, which may in turn be the song's saving grace. Because if I could attribute any of these grossly misogynistic lines to any specific performers, I'd have a target to direct my disgust towards instead of having it all swirl around like a brewing thunderstorm. I certainly don't have the time or interest to pick apart every single last line, which I'm only reading through a translation anyways, but just know that the title line is about throwing at women like they were garbage, which says all you really need to know about the song itself and all you'd ever want to know about the 6 men singing it. I'll give Tebote this though, it's really great at blending into the low throbbing migrate that best describes the year, cause like if you take a look at how Trap was doing, help me. Though, I did notice a lot of Drake in that amalgamation. This is all his fault then. Screw that guy.
I'm upset.
Disrespect.
This is the worst of them, by the way, obviously. This one's gotta be the most insecure bastard on the entire planet, I swear. Like, take a look at this completely out of the blue line on someone else's song.
I've been gone since like July, niggas acting like I died.
Drake is quite possibly the only person who cares more about the charts than the stands do. Christ. But yeah, as far as I'm upset goes, it's Drake whining about not wanting to pay child support to any of his hoes while taking shots at Pusha T, a beef he almost immediately lost.
You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol.
At which point, I'm upset becomes more a comedy of errors than anything. Drake doing his best 6ix9ine impression, honking all over the track like only the king's finest gesture could. Not worth getting angry at, just pointing and laughing at it like the joke it is. And y'all should savor it while you can. That's probably the last chuckle you'll be having for a bit because, well, I've avoided it as long as I possibly can. The part of this entire video I've most dreaded writing, the one thing I'm least excited to do, speak ill of the dead.
This song is good though.
Juice WRLD's death was a tragedy any way you slice it. Nobody deserves to die at such a young age, especially not in such a horrible, unfair way as he did. One you could argue was the direct result of police discrimination, so thanks for helping the cause there, Kodak. And nothing we know suggests that he was anything other than a good kid who simply used his music to vent his ugliest feelings. I am only judging this song as a song, and I mean nothing I say is a knock against his character.
The girls had the prettiest face.
And even now, I struggle to rationalize exactly
Yes,
why
yes.
this song bothers
I
me.
gave you my
I'm
heart,
A-okay with songs
man,
expressing human ugliness. It can make for incredibly compelling art, but it's a delicate line to toe. And I'm fine with melodrama too, especially coming from younger artists who haven't quite learned how to grapple with their emotions. But in the case of Amnesia, in the case of I Fall Apart, the emotion is mostly turned inward, whereas Lucid Dreams is lashing outwards, with intent to harm, and with an undertone of guilt tripping too.
Thoughts of a wedding ring.
Sending out messages about how all girls are evil or fake or all the same to his audience of teenage boys who will consume these ideas uncritically, that's the part that bugs me the most. But on the flip side, I mean, well, I've heard this done worse too. Way worse. And in the grand scheme of things, yeah, Lucid Dreams is pretty harmless, all things considered. And then I realized the song doesn't work for me because there isn't enough pathos.
I take
Prescriptions to make me feel okay.
I look at Amnesia, I look at I Fall Apart, hell, I look at his follow-up hit Robbery, and I hear visceral, raw expressions of heartbreak and betrayal. Lucid Dreams just doesn't have that. Juice is too drowsy in his delivery to sell the big emotions the lyrics are trying to convey. He sounds more depressed than anything, which, while not an unrealistic emotion to feel in response to a breakup, just isn't what the song wants to convey. And because it fails to accomplish its goal, all its other flaws become much easier to notice and much harder to excuse.
It's to the point where I love and I hate you, and I cannot change you, so I must replace you.
But, as I'm painfully conscious I've been doing all throughout this video, let's play a game of it could be worse. What if you turned the song's already low energy down even lower? What if you took its guilt-tripping undertones and made them overtones? What if the song was made by a demonstrably worse person? Just play the song. Before I go any further, let me make it perfectly clear. XXXTentacion's death is no less tragic than Juice's, regardless of the kind of person he was. Nobody, and I mean nobody, deserves to die at such a young age before they've been able to really live their life, before they've been given the chance to grow into a better person. But at the same time, I cannot judge someone for the person they could have been. I can only judge who they were, and the fact of the matter is that the XXXTentacion we saw was a despicable human being. But frankly, in the year 2023, it's not even worth reiterating the crimes X committed. I don't care, you don't care. He will never be held accountable for them, and there's nothing that can be done to change that. And that's fine. The world still turns. Reiterating his offenses at this point in time would be throwing outrage into the void, actively contributing to the heat death of the universe in the most pointless way possible. So we're going to talk about the song and just the song.
My heart and left me lonely.
For one, we all know this beat is just EXO Tour Life again. If you really badly need a sequel to EXO Tour Life, well, Uzi's got you covered there. And there's the first problem. Sad is XXXTentacion's biggest hit for no other reason than that it's the song that sounds most like everything else did at the time. Moonlight is at least experimental and interesting, and Changes is too amateur and ultimately earnest to hate, even if it's otherwise Lost Boy levels of basic and insipid. But Sad, it simply adds nothing to the musical landscape of 2018.
I love when you're around, but
I fucking hate when you leave.
And frankly, outside of one singular line, there's nothing really particularly egregious about Sad. Hell, in a lot of ways, it's better than Lucid Dreams, even if it shares most of the same flaws. For one, there's no lashing out, no misogyny involved. It's entirely inward focused, just X wallowing in his own misery. And in terms of delivery, while it's even more low-key,
yeah, but that one line, I already know he's about to talk about it.
Scorn and disgust. It sells the emotion it's aiming for, very well, in fact. Unfortunately, the song succeeding in that goal is exactly why its worst line is so indefensible.
Suicide if you ever try to let go.
Yeah.
This is the language of abusers. This is not an opinion, this is not up for debate, it is a plain and simple, indisputable fact. And delivering that kind of language in the tone of voice X uses sadly makes him playing the role of an abuser all the more believable. That's not to say the line would be fine if he had sung it how, say, Juice does, just that doing so makes it worse. Makes it all the more chilling, makes it all the more effective. And if you're effective at playing the role of an abuser in your own song, well, I don't think I need to say anything else. And so, at the end of it all, I'm left with a conundrum. What is the worst hit song of 2018? Is it the song that sends the worst message? Is it the song whose appeal I understand the least? Is it the song that's had the worst impact on popular culture? Hell, is it the song I find most unpleasant to listen to? Is it the song I find hardest to sit through? Is it the song that's just the most morally offensive? Honestly, all these songs deserve the spot. You could just call it a six-way tie, or you can pick out whichever one you hated the most, and I wouldn't really argue against it. But this is my video, and at this exact moment in time, my gut's telling me to go with the song that fails the hardest at what it's setting out to do. And there's really only one hit song this year that is, from every angle, just a complete and total failure.
Okay. Valid. See, the thing with X is, I can't really have a take on it, man. I gotta cause I totally forgot. I know he did did some like stuff with abuse, but like personally for me, like on the song, I actually think it's a good song. Um but yeah, I can definitely like I've seen, Sean Faye Wolfman talk about it, the line, that infamous fucking line. Yeah, I get it. It's terrible. I don't personally seek out for it, but like I wouldn't turn it off when it's on. Um but yeah, I don't know. For me, I can look past lyrics in songs very easily. Um Unless it's like such like a stuck out like just crazy line, um then it wouldn't really affect me that much. I don't know. I mean, I guess that line is it's a very it's a very shit. It's a very stick out line. But yeah, honestly, I think a lot of his stuff is honestly not too bad. Well, especially on question mark. But yeah, man, I don't think it's. See, for me, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just hard to talk about without like being disrespectful, honestly. And I don't want to be disrespectful. That's like not my goal at all. And I can't. I don't really have a say in anything. Like I honestly, I don't. For me, I don't know. It's a very hard song to talk about, especially with there's so much weight and context behind it. It's just such a hard song to talk about without like just I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
Considered, at least they succeeded what they want to do. Gummo wants to be provocative, and it succeeds. Freaky Friday wants to elevate an abuser, and as much as I hate that it did, well, it sure did. Girls Like You wants to be inoffensive radio filler, and hell, Maroon 5 have that down to an art form. Sad wants to be toxic and abusive, and by God does it succeed. Even Tebote, its whole goal was to be self-indulgent and sleazy, and yep. And all those songs at least have their audiences. Gummo and Sad for the teenage edgelords, Freaky Friday for the stands and frat bros, Girls Like You for suburban white moms, Tebote for the worst guys you know. Who is the target audience for Fifi? It's not 6ix9ine's existing fans, who can't be anything but alienated by the sheer wimpiness of the song. And it's not mainstream trap listeners either, because, and here's the kicker, you remember that amalgamation of samey-sounding low-key trap hits? Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to include Fifi in there because it's too goddamn boring. You can't even pretend to bump to it.
I don't really want no friends.
That's the thing about Fifi. It doesn't succeed at what it wants to do, but it doesn't exactly fail either because it's not trying to do anything. It's the biggest hate take of 2018, not even trying to be hated.
I don't hate it, but I can see why.
Trying, on top of the blandest, most lifeless beat I've ever heard. It's a black hole of a song that sucked in all the goodness around it and then vanished without a trace, not even leaving behind anything to hate. I feel nothing but cold, clinical indifference towards this dilapidated product of its time. Fifi by 6ix9ine featuring Nicki Minaj and Murda Beats. The worst hit song of the worst.
Oh my god.
What was I even talking about again? Okay, so 2019 puts me in an awkward place, cause like, I already made this list. Oh right, let's get this out of the way first.
This is Chris Brown's best song, and it's a very good song.
Meh. Anyways, yeah, I've already counted on my top 10 worst hit songs of 2019 in video, but, well, for one, it's a video I'm not particularly proud of, full of not particularly good criticism, that was slapped together in an evening mostly to promote my best list. And my opinions haven't necessarily stayed the same in the 4 years since either, so you know what? Yeah, there's plenty of merit revisiting and reevaluating my thoughts on the worst music of 2019. For example, I had this song on that list.
When I die, put my money in a
When I die, put my money in a grave.
Which, why? What? Like, I don't love this song now or anything, but compared to pretty much any of his hits last year, this song's like friggin' turned down to 1 levels of hype. Dude already lost the beef, let him be petty about it, man. But like, yeah, I think there's merit to revisiting my picks for that list and examining them from a new light to see if I still hold as much disdain for them as I used to.
I'm John Mayer, and I'm ready to be a star. Ooh.
Yeah, thus far, I've been telling y'all my thoughts on every song in this video, so I figured it might be time to let y'all participate in the discourse too. Here's a list of mediocre but inoffensive trap hits I don't particularly think warrant much discussion.
Okay, the baby. That's good. That's okay. No. That's okay. That's good. Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Discussion. You get to pick your least favorite of the bunch, and
Okay, my least favorite.
I don't particularly think warrant much discussion. You get to pick
Oh, definitely Blueface, probably, no? Yeah, Blueface. Tatiana, fucking definitely
Pretend this
Blueface.
next
Holy
segment is about
fuck.
that song in particular. Ready? All right, let's go. Oh my god, this song is like so bad, just the absolute worst. Insert rapper's name here has an irritating voice and nothing interesting to say, and the beat made by insert producer's name here is so lifeless and inert. Why would you ever choose to listen to this? There, wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
Like, this is mostly a joke, because on average, the quality of the stock trap hit in 2019 was way higher than in 2018. None of the songs I listed are worse than meh, and don't really belong anywhere near a worse list. But I did have a bit like this in my original video, so I felt like I had to include it again, if not just for completion's sake. Right, onto the actual list, starting with the dishonorable mentions. And nah, this doesn't really belong anywhere.
It goes
near
hard.
this list. It's too goofy and spontaneous to really be hateable. Dude really just did one take and called it a day. Gotta respect that completely unearned confidence, man.
One thing right.
That's bad.
Marshmello really was all four horsemen of the mono genre, huh? He ruined rock, he ruined pop, he ruined country, and he ruined rap. Truly, a joker of all trades and master of
I
none.
love them. Fire.
This would have definitely gone on the stock trap list too if I didn't have to single it out here, because as previously mentioned, I just don't get Migos. But can I at least say how rhythmically unsatisfying it is to have both of them rapping 16ths over the triplet piano beat? I don't know, it just hits the ears wrong. This is otherwise fine though, yeah.
I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta
Fire.
be worthy.
Oh yeah, nailed it on this.
That
take.
guitar
And the
solo
production
is
reason, too.
fucking
His
fire.
voice,
Oh my god.
I can't.
I can get
It sounds
past
like
that
he needs
voice,
a glass of
honestly.
water. And here's your daily reminder to stay hydrated, y'all. Honestly, I might have been too kind for this, leaving it off the list proper. Yeah, huh? We just keep
What?
getting one of these kind of reggaeton hits every year, huh? Better than X, worse than Mijante. Otherwise, not worth caring about. Other than how
Mijante.
incredibly insane it is to me that DJ Snake was somehow still around in 2019, making worse music than ever.
This guy fucking hates reggaeton. Oh my god.
God, this one's just depressing. A soulless product.
I mean, I can see why you don't like this one,
A
though.
phrase so good, I'm using it for my original video. That's otherwise completely unremarkable. Dark Horse was Katy Perry's biggest hit, and this was her last hit. She started out the decade as one of the biggest.
Was
stars
it?
in the
What about
country,
Never Really Over?
beating Diet Justin Bieber on Diet Despacito.
That was her last hit, I would say.
Christ. And number 8 was
Never
Money
Really
in the
Over.
Grave, so let's skip on ahead to number 7, Rings by Ariana.
I want you all to myself. We don't need anyone.
What? This song's perfectly
Alright.
harmless, man. It's a cute little love song and doesn't aspire to be anything more. I think I just had an allergic reaction to one line in particular.
Girl, I want you in the worst way.
Which skews me out even more coming from a guy than from a girl, for reasons I'm still not quite able to place, but will definitely become relevant by the end of this video, I'd imagine.
John Mayer type of line.
Don't worry about it.
That's annoying. Not 7, but 6. Come on, buddy.
Oh yeah, putting this at number 6 instead of number 7 to be as intentionally unsatisfying as possible was a brilliant
What'd I
move,
just
has to
say?
be comedy gold. Anyways, in hindsight, yeah, the hate for this one was way overblown. Like, Ari's a rich, out-of-touch celebrity? How shocking. The sky is blue, NFTs
bro.
are dead, rich people are out of touch with
Bro,
society.
how is she dating fucking SpongeBob? Like, oh my god, bro.
It's just one of the fundamental truths of the world. Nah, the real problem with this song is that it just sounds bad. The beat is lumpy and seasick, the melody doesn't match it at all, and by God, Ari's trying her hardest, but she is just not a rapper,
Just
and
bought
it
it.
shows.
I see
The
it.
only song about
I
having
like
seven
it.
rings
I
I'll ever
want it.
acknowledge is
I
this
got it.
one. Nah, I'm kidding. This song sucks too. Anyways.
Back home
Ah.
smoking legal. I got more slaps than a
Bro, this guy
beagle.
fucking hates Drake.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
know
god,
now
bro.
I didn't like this
Drake
one.
is my
It sounds so
glorious
much like I'm
king.
upset.
Be my guest. Make me wanna buy a vest and a throw it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just
And also, while Meek Mill sounds hype as hell, Drake sounds like he does not want to be here. I can practically hear him crying while he sing raps. But yeah, nah, this one's whatever.
Look what God gave her. How perfect he made her.
Oh, the reason this rubbed me the wrong way was because I read it as yet another God Made This Woman For Me song, which it's not. It's Thomas Rhett witnessing a woman so hot that it makes him have a religious experience. This is just Take Me to Church again.
Take me to church.
What? How?
Look What God Gave Her is just take me to church if it was incredibly, incredibly lame. Which is not exactly a good thing to be, but whatever. Not like I didn't already know every country dude was a horny meat-headed idiot, so... Okay, but I nailed the top three though, because like, no, this isn't not art, idiot, but it is bad art. It's the sound of a man giving up, of throwing up his hands and accepting that being boringly mediocre will make him more successful than trying as hard as making art he's passionate about ever could. And he was right. God, that's bleak. It's like the polar opposite of my ethos as a creator, and that's what I hate the most about it. It sounding like Diet AJ art doesn't help though.
Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out.
You know how the only thing I wasn't able to give Watch Me Fly for was projecting an attitude of forced cheer? Yeah, well, you already know the punchline. The song kind of breaks my brain, even now.
It's time to show out right now and take to the floor.
Old Town Road hit #1 the week of April 13th, 2019, and mere weeks later, the get-up was inflicted upon polite society. Even vultures at least wait until the horse is dead, man. They don't chase after it while it's in the middle of setting the Kentucky Derby world record.
That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it?
And yet, the Force meme caught on enough to still make the year end. Okay. The Get Up was Blanco Brown's debut single, and the only kind thing I have to say about it is, at least it wasn't his follow-up single.
I love you just the way God made you.
Blanco Brown's singles discography. 1. The Get Up. 2. Just the Way with Parmalee. I did not know it was possible to have a sophomore song following one of the worst hits of the decade, but man sure found a way. And both these songs can take comfort in the fact that, at least they're not country time.
I put 2 gunshots in the air.
The fuck? What was that? Gotta start tweaking. What the fuck was that? Fuck, I turned a fucking FNAF character. What the fuck was that?
A song that may or may not be from the point of view of a mass shooter.
This guy's tweaking.
That went on to inspire a Netflix original series. Who even is Blanco Brown, and where did he go? The world may never know. And finally, the song I previously called the worst hit of 2019.
I can see that.
I mean, for one, the song just sounds awful. Cod reggae paired with cheap horns and a xylophone for some reason, with the Joe Bros shrill whine sliding all over it as gracefully as a dehydrated slug. And the song, much like the entire Jonas Brothers reunion, really feels like it exists less because the band wanted to make music and
okay, but Waffle House is fire.
On nostalgia for 10 years ago was a quick and easy way to do it.
Oh my god.
Like, I know the song's about dancing, but these lyrics are, how do I put this? And now, for a rousing game of Whose Lyric Is It Anyways? Today's songs are Only Human by the Jonas Brothers and Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Get ready, folks. This one's gonna be a lightning round. Line 1. Why would you fight or try to deny the way that you feel?
Oh, Only Human. Yeah.
Next lyric. Oh, babe, you can't fool
Sucker.
me.
Oh, never mind.
Number 3.
Oh wait, we're not even doing. That's not even.
And finally, our last line of the night. Stop pretending you're shy.
Stop pretending you're shy.
That's right, folks. All these classic lines are from the chorus of Only Human by the Jonas Brothers, and not the magnum opus of perverted.
I'm so stupid. I thought we're comparing Sucker and Only
Human. We'll see you all
Human.
again next week for another episode of Whose Lyric Is It Anyways? So yeah, I think that's about all.
I'm playing Fortnite after this.
The song's only real saving grace is being too goddamn lame to be even half as creepy as Blurred Lines, but it sucked in 2019, it sucked in 2020, and it still sucks just as hard as ever in 2023. And I'm gonna ask the Joe Bros to stay on stage for a bit longer, because we're going straight into the songs I missed on my old list, starting with, you know.
I'm a sucker for.
In 2019, I put this on my best list as an honorable mention. In 2023, I'm putting it on my worst list instead. I feel like that, more than anything else, speaks
Put it
to how
on
much
his
I've
best
improved as a
list?
music reviewer in the 4 years since.
Crazy.
Sucker, more like suck. Ha, got him. Oh, and working my way backwards up the list of artists on my old worst list, yeah, High Hope certainly.
I used to
isn't the
listen to this
high
song
point
every
of
day.
Brandon Urie of
2019.
Francisco's career, huh? Not only does it just sound awful, seriously, I had to check if I was just listening to a low-quality re-upload of it, but no, it really does just sound like that. But it also gains the subtext of being the song Hey Look Ma I Made It was celebrating, which is how you know that song is self-flagellation. What happened to you, man?
Wake up with your girlfriend. Yeah, 'cause I'm bored.
This song's title is the only thing remotely provocative or, well, interesting about it, and without it, it'd probably just be a forgotten album deep cut. The I'm bored part
She's
of the name
black
is
on
at
this
least honest,
video.
though.
Holy fuck. That's crazy. I feel like I'm the only one who remembers this song.
Taylor Swift
Well, except
really
for
writes songs
Taylor
about
Swift
anything other
fans.
than herself, and hearing this song, yeah, I kinda get why.
Say it in the street, that's a knockout. But just say it in a tweet, that's a cop out. Sunshine on the street at the parade. But you would rather be
One of her most forgettable
Well,
songs.
if nothing else, at least the song helps
Definitely.
us answer the question, what do Chris Brown, Meghan Trainor, Kodak Black, Logic, and Taylor Swift all have in common?
Drink till I'm drunk, smoke till I'm high.
Wake up in the sky.
2019 saw post 24 Karat Magic Bruno Mars floundering about trying to find what new brand of effortless cool to co-opt, and the one he settled on for this song is not a kind of effortless cool he can wear. It just makes him sound effortless, as in, like, he's not even trying to sound good. Oh, and Gucci Mane and Kodak Black are there, too.
Song is fire. It's alright. Alright.
You know, I was planning to just include this in the list of uninteresting 2019 trap hits, and then I listened to it again. And I realized, oh, I had something special here. Not only was I struck by how his voice is so bad, he makes YK Osiris sound like Ariana Grande by comparison. Not only are these lyrics just grossly misogynistic,
I cannot love her, no bitch, and she fucking the click, man, she playing her part. Yeah, damn, ayy, life is a bitch. Knew all that shit from the start.
not only does he give a shout out to Kodak Black of all people,
Hit my butt like I'm Lil Kodak.
but he uses this one sample.
I cannot love her, no bitch, myself, I walk through this fuck down.
And because I am so terminally online, all that makes me think of is this. How have I managed to reference Distant Cry twice in this video? Anyways, yeah, this blows.
Song is fire.
This technically isn't even a 2010s hit. It didn't make the year until 2020, but it was way more of a hit in 2019 than 2020. Billboard's rules are just dumb, so heck it. And it's come up several times in this video anyways, so I might as well put it here for posterity. Anyways, we've reached it, y'all. The last worst hit of the 2010s. And y'all should know by now that I always save the best for last. So without further ado, let me introduce
Ah,
the
bruh.
funniest hit song of the 2010s. See, when I talk about how Billboard is an absolute joke, it's stuff like this. I have nothing against this song because I am not under 6 years old and thus well outside the target audience
I
for
mean-
this song. But Billboard
When you really think about it, this was one of the most popular songs in the country. I mean, let's be honest. Like, everyone knew this song. Like, let's be honest.
has to let it chart because, like, it is a song and it's wildly popular on YouTube. The single most viewed video on the platform nowadays.
13 billion views. Oh, we're doomed as a
And as
society.
a result, Baby Shark has become quite possibly the single most consumed piece of media in human history. You can't not count that, right? Can't not slot it in between Taylor Swift and Drake and Post Malone, right? And thus, it becomes the 75th biggest song of 2019. That's so funny. Imagine being song number 101 on the year end, pushed out to make space for a literal children's song. God, thank you, Billboard, for perpetually being completely broken and ultimately pointless. Cause like, yeah, I've been talking about the worst hits of the decade here, but only as far as Billboard is concerned, so like, the whole thing barely even matters, right? I'm sure there are plenty of other wildly popular songs that also sucked, not represented anywhere in this video, but that's not my fault. And also, this video is long enough. Like, Jesus, have you seen that runtime? I accidentally made the final boss of Worthless here. Oops. And on that topic, there's actually one more song that I want to talk about. We've talked about songs made by abusers, rapists, and pedophiles, and as such, well, there's nowhere left to tread but the true final boss of crimes. Let's talk about a song made by an actual literal murderer.
I wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind.
First of all, I'm already lying to y'all. Murder on My Mind is not actually a song made by a murderer. Deuces is a song made by an abuser about being a woman-hating abusive piece of crap. Tunnel Vision is a song made by a rapist about trying to downplay his crime. Gummo is a song made by a pedophile about how proud he is of being a pedophile. Murder on My Mind is a story song made by a kid playing the role of a murderer who had not yet committed the crime himself. And hell, I'm not qualified to speak on whether or not he actually is a murderer either. The jury's literally still out on that, but whatever happens, it's completely irrelevant when talking about Murder on mind. And yes, it sucks that this song only got
Yeah,
big out of
Drake in the
one
video? What the hell?
Ooh, a confession by an actual murderer, which it isn't. It sucks that our culture is just like that, but that's not the fault of the song.
When I'm all alone in my jail cell, I tend to get in my feelings.
What the song is a deeply potent look into the mind of a murderer. The first verse seeing him alone in his cell, locked up with his feelings of regret and loneliness, all of his worst thoughts spilling out of him. Even some flagrant misogyny, which, well, in context I get it, but
Some
no,
flagrant misogyny.
So yeah, that's not great.
His body dropped down to the floor and he had teardrops in his eyes. He grabbed me by my hands and said he was afraid to die.
And the second verse sees him reliving the trauma of the event in question, a scene played out in his mind over and over, and yet the emotional impact of it, of what he's done, never really fades. It's utterly dripping with pathos, with an overwhelming grief that would be too much for any sane mind to handle.
Murder on my mind.
And so his mind snaps, like a twig, and he goes on an incoherent rant about how he's proud to be a murderer actually, because playing into it, playing the role of the villain, letting his conscience die alongside his sanity is the only way for him to cope with the reality that he killed a man and will have to live with that for the rest of his life. What I'm trying to say is, Murder on My Mind is a song I actually like quite a bit. Man.
Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my
Valid.
mind.
I put it here for no other reason than it almost serves as like the antithesis to a lot of the absolute worst songs that became popular this decade, playing into the ugliest, darkest human emotions in a way that not only does so in a compelling manner, but doesn't reflect badly on the person buying them in the process. It's certainly not flawless, and not really a song you can listen to guilt-free, knowing that you're part of the problem by doing so, but man, it really is the exception that proves the rule. Oh, and one last thing. As a reminder, I still like Someone You Loved. Just, you know, thought I'd squeeze this in here real quick, because I've been doing one of these per year and all, and I couldn't find a good place to put this one, who even cares? Just one last reminder that y'all should be taking my opinions with a grain of salt, I guess. Anyways, we're ending things here with a bit of an anticlimax because, frankly, 2019's lows are so far and few between that I'd struggle to call more than a handful of them truly awful. And like I said before, I think I nailed the top 3 worst hits of the year in my first go around. Not just the picks, but the order too, which of course means congratulations to Only Human by the Jonas Brothers. You are the worst hit song
I guess valid.
of 2019.
I guess.
And with that, we've given out our last award of the night, so it's time for us to wrap things up. Thank you all, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between for coming out tonight, and we hope to see you all again next time, which, as a reminder, will be never. You know, non-annual and all. So, good night, y'all. Play me out, boys.
Alright, see ya. What the fuck is this?
Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to 2323 Radio Cacophony, bringing you the best and worst of the 2010s. And we're diving straight into the depths of depravity, bringing you today's top 40 worst hits of the decade, that is. Our team of scientists have meticulously examined, calculated, and pondered over this list, after which I completely discarded all their data in favor of a purely emotional ranking of what I think are the worst of the worst hit songs of the 2010s. We've got a lot to cover, so let's not waste any more time and hop right in, starting with number 40. From Naughty Boy featuring Sam Smith, it's La La La.
Okay.
Starting off this list on what I'm sure is the wrong foot, but hey, it fits because I'm not sure any hit this decade started off on a worse foot than this one. Turns out a song about being annoying is annoying. Who would have guessed? And like, sure, there's a good 2-step drum groove here, but why would I listen to this specific song to get that groove when there are so many other better songs out there? And don't freak out now, because coming in at number 39 is Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco with Hey Look Ma, I Made It.
Hey look ma, I made it.
The funny thing is, I get so close to thinking that this at least sounds better than High Hopes, but then the ending happens and that thought goes out the window. This one's way bleaker too, so there's that. And you could argue that this is at least a better sellout song than Thunder, which just barely missed the cut for this list, because at least Brendan Urie sounds like he's trying, but I'd say that putting your all into selling out is way worse than not trying at all. Hold on to your drinks, fellas. We've got Toby Keith coming in at number 38 with Red Solo Cup.
Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party.
See, I get that the song is a joke, so why am I not laughing? Oh, I know why. Playing the role of a drunk idiot makes you sound like a drunk idiot, and I don't want to be around a drunk dude at any time for any reason, thanks. Oh, and purple's a way cooler color than red. And hang on to your cowboy hats, because the Southern Luggage ain't stopping here. Next up, at number 37, it's Blake Shelton featuring Pistol Annies and Friends with Boys Round Here. This one's the first song in this top 40 that has this, like, deep-seated wrongness to it. I wouldn't want to be caught dead listening to this, ironically or unironically. If you were trying to sell me on the Southern lifestyle and this was a song you played to convince me, I'd whip out my giant saw and cut the entire South off like I was castrating the continent. And New Jersey too while I'm at it. Stop the spread and all. Next up, number 36 from the Lumineers, Hey Ho. I'm sorry, Ho Hey.
Crazy take. People are not gonna like that. I mean, I don't really care for the song.
They knew exactly what they were doing with the You're My Sweet Ho. You don't write this song with these lyrics and not know exactly how that sounds. It has to be intentional. Has to be. Granted, it's far from the worst thing this song says about women, so men were a mistake. And speaking of mistakes, number 35, Jason Aldean with Dirt Road Anthem. Ah yes, the harbinger of doom. Do I mean the song or Aldean? Yeah. Yes. Comparing this to boys around here, I can tell both Shelton and Aldean are trying to co-opt the brand of clothes they absolutely cannot wear, but at least Shelton is like slightly coherent. Sounds like he's having fun even if nobody else is. Jason Aldean is too perpetually miserable to have any fun. Congrats Aldean, you got out-clubbed by Blake Shelton doing the Dougie. And yet, despite everything, still not the lamest country hit of the decade. That honor goes to our number 34, from Blanco Brown, it's The Get Up.
Man,
it's
not
just Country Watch Me, which is somehow so much worse than that sounds. And like, damn, never thought I'd give Blake Shelton and Jason Aldean credit for at least like writing a song, having a hook at all, but well, Blanco Brown sings like he's got a gun pointed to his head and knows that if he stops dancing, they'll pull the trigger. Dance, puppet, dance. Leaving behind country for a bit, but definitely not his conservative ideals. Number 33 is Meghan Trainor with Dear Future Husband.
Dear future husband, here's a few things you need.
It's no, it's not even alright. That's a bad
the
song.
kind of girl who's only ever heard of feminism from Fox News. What, do I need to add to that? Want me to say something like, I don't know, this kind of song is the only thing Tucker Carlson can jack off to? I mean, I could, but why would I? And it's all downhill from here, folks.
Yeah,
Number 32, three songs featuring Nicki Minaj with Bottoms Up. To my ears, this is the same kind of nightmare death spiral party that We Can't Stop was to Sean, but more than anything,
we
like,
won't stop.
Why does this have like reggae vibes? This song's so stiff and rigid in every aspect that it comes out feeling like a Stepford Smiler of a song. Drink and be merry, or else. Rounding out our first 10 songs, number 31's going to Selena Gomez for Come and Get It.
Valid.
Hey Selena, so we're gonna take your hook for this song and chop it up to make it sound like you're choking. That alright, hon? Yeah, sure, I don't really care.
That is not it.
Is she okay? Can anybody help her? I'm sure she'll be fine. And the fun don't start here, folks. We've got a lot of people to blame for this next one.
No.
Chris Brown.
No.
There he is, finally. Anyways, it's only.
No, it's fire. It's fire. Come on. It's fire.
This song's like a buffet of generic, uncomfortable, stupid, horny, and completely freaking wasted. A full course meal of suck. Wayne's the biggest problem here though, yeah. Quite possibly the single worst rappers of the decade that isn't like offensive in any way. Otherwise just really boring and tedious. And by God do I wish that was the only problem for our number 29, for the New Boys featuring Ray J, Tie Me Down. God, these literal children really wanted to get that head start on indulging in the culture of toxic masculinity, huh? Shout out to all the dads who raise their kids right so they don't turn out like this, doing the Lord's work. And to those dads, make sure to keep your daughters away from guys like our number 28, Enrique Iglesias featuring Ludacris and DJ Frankie with Tonight I'm Lovin' You.
But tonight I'm fucking you.
I think anyone has ever like done that unironically, just going.
The funniest thing, this
to
song
that
is
song.
like the only song I think I've ever seen where the clean version is significantly more popular than the explicit version, for good goddamn reason too. And the only song I can think of that was more of a misfire for the artist's pre-existing audience than this one is Fifi. So good job, Enrique. You didn't fail quite as hard as 6ix9ine. Still not as embarrassing as our number 27 though. From Black Bear, it's Do Re Mi.
Yeah, this song fucking sucks.
Hey boys, I got a tip for any of y'all going through a bad breakup. No matter how upset you are, no matter what she did to you, this is just the single worst way you could possibly respond to her. Not only does it make you look like a clown, but you're in fact probably announcing to the world that you got a PhD in clownship. Honk honk. Ooh, and we've got a big one next. At number 26, David Guetta featuring Nicki Minaj with Turn Me On. Didn't really bring up the lyrics in my original segment, but I gotta say, "My body needs a hero, come and save me" is a terminally overlooked terrible line. At least it implies consent though, even if Nicki probably didn't consent to singing it. Though, to her credit, the way she sings "On" might be the actual worst part of the song. Huh, maybe my Nicki replacement theory was wrong about the year. They replaced her all the way back in 2012 and were even bold enough to show us the video where they did it, and we just let them. As we move on to number 25, I want to call out that we're really crossing the Rubicon of this next one. From the songs that are simply terrible to the truly vile stuff. And our boatkeepers are
No, still no. This song is fucking fire. Okay, no.
I feel like I should hate this song more than I do. Hell, there's a part of me that wants to take it off this list outright because it's both, like, so absurdly exaggerated in sexuality and yet driven with so much unintentional pathos that I can't help but have some kind of vile fascination towards it. It's the kind of train wreck you can't look away from. Lil Wayne literally brings up his haters before his hoes. That's how badly they got to him. It's no wonder he sounded so wasted by 2015. On the flip side, I feel like I shouldn't hate on number 24 quite as much as I do. It's the script of Break Even. A lot of songs on this list are bad in a lot of different ways. Some of them just sound awful, some of them are uncomfortable to listen to, some of them are morally offensive, some of them are bleak and artless, some of them just outright fail at their intended goals, but Break Even is one of the few songs that's here for, like, sheer tonal dissonance. She's moved on while I'm still grieving. The band genuinely does not seem to understand what kind of song they wrote here and why it sucks so bad. So them playing it this straight with such a chipper tone just makes it so much worse. This is like my personal nemesis. Nobody else has ever been or will ever be as bothered by it as I am, and I'm totally okay with that. It's mine, my pet awful song. You can't have it. Next on our list, it's Sam Hunt with 23.
No matter where I go.
What?
No matter what I do.
Okay, but for real, number 23 is Take Your
Better
Time.
than The Heart Part 5, by the way.
You ever think about how listing out things you don't want to do makes it sound like you do want to do those things? Cause like, dude, nobody asked. My not interested in having sex with you t-shirt has women asking a lot of questions already answered by my shirt. I didn't actually put this song here as a bit, by the way. I do think the 22 songs left are genuinely worse. And let's get on to that number 22. Chris Brown featuring Lil Wayne and Busta Rhymes with Look at Me Now.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh. I'm getting paper.
Honestly, Busta's Spitfire verse going straight into Chris Brown's whiny chorus is really funny. And him dunking on Chris at the start of his verse is pretty funny too.
Hell, Breezy. Let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there, homie.
Dude might have shown up just to clown on Chris Brown, which I would respect if it wasn't also elevating him, and now I'm upset again. Closing on our bottom half, number 21's going to number 69. It's Gummo.
I'm on some rubber nigga shit. Take a nigga bitch, do the dash in the whip, got the cash in the whip.
Yeah, I feel like just outside the top 20, dead center on a 40 song worst list is the exact placement that would piss off this walking, talking trollface the most. Though it says something about 2018 that its 6th worst hit song outdid literally every other year's number 5s, number 4s, most of their number 3s, and even a few number 2s. It really is that bad of a year. Oh, Gummo? It's a song that exists, yeah. No further comment necessary. What's worse than a bad guy though? How about a nice guy? Yep, at number 20, it's Shawn Mendes bringing us Treat You Better.
I know I can treat you.
Surprised Stitches wasn't
Alright, fine.
ever mentioned.
Bend the coffee can. Dear future husband. I am Shawn Mendes. Yeah, sorry, used up all my aim material on the original segment, but like, wasn't that fun? I wish things were gonna stay this fun. Anyways, number 19, it's, oh god, Neo Garcia, Darrell, you know what, frick it, who cares? Anyways, if y'all will excuse me, I've got a marathon or two to run while this song plays out. Like, frick, I have nothing against long songs. I'm a prog nerd, why would I? But nothing, and I mean nothing, is more excruciating to sit through than a bad long song. This would probably be higher spoken than the word of Spanish, too. You know what, ladies,
Mommy,
you
I'm
understand
gonna
screaming. Number 18, from Haley Steinfeld and Gray featuring Zed, it's Starving.
I didn't know that I was starving till I tasted you.
I didn't know that I was starving till I tasted food. God, Florida whistling away his orgasm had more dignity than this song. Though I guess it's on brand for a song about giving head, give me a headache.
I'm just remembering, he didn't put that out on the list either.
Nope, God, I didn't ask you to play it again. I need a nap now. Too bad Adam Levine won't let me. Number 17, Maroon 5 featuring Cardi B with Girls Like You.
Cause girls like you, girls like me, I need a girl like you, yeah.
Simply
Girls
listening to
like
this song
you.
once exhausted me so much that I completely skimmed over how it's yet another song about Adam Levine having hot sex with a hot woman in an attempt to patch up their relationship. At least One More Night made this sound fun. If your sex sounds like this, it's probably because you both have a rash. Ew. Ooh boy, another big one. Our first number one, y'all. At number 16 from the Jonas Brothers, It's Only Human.
It's only human, you know that it's real. So why would you fight and try to deny the way that you feel?
Okay, so earlier this year, I threw together a list of songs I'd label anti-crowcore. Let me read it off for y'all. First is Only Human, then we have Human by Rag and Bone Man.
I'm only human, after all, don't put the blame on me.
Human by Cody Johnson.
I'm still learning to be human.
Human by the Human League. Human by the Killers. And finally, Being Human by Bent Knee.
You never liked the thought of being human anyway.
I think you get the picture. Moving on to even less desirable humans, number 15 is New Boys featuring the Cataracts and Dev with Backseat. Nah, don't be a coward. Play me the real version.
There's way too much going on.
These boys should make like Lightning McQueen and...
God damn.
I mean, even if they did, it'd still come out sounding better than this song. Swear, second most consistently unlistenable song of the decade. Our next song's a good solid bronze in that category, though. Number 14 from Trey Songz featuring Fabulous, Say Ah. This really is just evil carryout, huh? Makes me feel like I'm being peer pressured into joining a cult, and the drink they're serving is Kool-Aid. Ugh. And Blacka Blacka is somehow an even more skin-crawlingly repulsive onomatopoeia for an orgasm than Haley Steinfeld wailing in agony. Stop playing it! I didn't ask! Okay, what's next? Number 13. XXXTentacion. Sad.
Tentacion. If you have a gun, let me know.
I don't have a funny clip for this song. I don't have anything else to say about the song or the man behind it. All I will say is that it's sad this song is permanently engraved on the list of Billboard #1 hits for the worst possible reason it could be. Let's move on. Behold, the highest a song could get on this list simply for how it sounds. Number 12, Disclosure featuring Sam Smith bringing us Latch.
I thought this should be #1. This guy was hating on the song this entire video. Crazy.
Can I have Starving back, please? I'm so sorry, Haley. I'm to the point with Latch where my body preemptively gives me a lower throbbing migraine before the chorus hits, so it's more of a gradual thing instead of an instant overwhelming pain. So even the rest of the song sounds pretty bad to me now, just that the hook completely overshadows everything else. Thanks, guys. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, just missing the top 10, it's Roof B with Lost Boy.
I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan.
This may seem weirdly high for such a harmless little song, but like at no other point in the entire process of making this video did I personally feel more
Captain
miserable than I
Hook.
did writing about this song. Not Blurred Lines, not XXXTentacion, no, it was Lost Boy. This song gave me an existential crisis. Frick, maybe I should have put it even higher. Well, folks, we've reached it. The top 10 worst hit songs.
That's
of the
Hotline
2010s.
Bling in
And
the
starting from
top
bottom,
10?
at
What?
number 10, we've got Drake with Hotline Bling.
Bro, this guy, this guy just hate. Bro, Drake fucking stole his fucking lunch money in school, bro. Come on, buddy. Like,
you can tell
you
he
Drake
wrote
this
song while
much? Oh
literally
my
scrolling through
god.
her Instagram like a creepy stalker and immediately went, yep, that's the one. Lead single right there. How did this man only become more successful after this song? We really let him get away with this one, huh? Was it the memes? It was probably the memes, yeah. It had to have been. Sigh. Number 9? Number 9? Number 9? He ain't no Beatle though. Kodak Black with Tunnel Vision. I'd say I'd feel bad that a fascist president used this kid as a PR stunt to try and win back some goodwill from black voters after having already lost the election. But then I remember that this song is the same kind of PR stunt, and I get a little less sad about hating Kodak Black so much. Goes around, comes around, kiddo. Number 8 is Blinding Lights.
Yay!
Just kidding. It's Lil Dicky featuring Chris Brown with Freaky Friday.
I woke up in Chris Brown's body.
Friday, the 8th day of the week. That's 2 Beatles references in the top 10 for those keeping track. Oh, and
oh my god, your
I'd ask who let Chris Brown bring up his abusive past on his biggest hit in years, but I suspect the answer is that someone did tell him no, but not only does he not take no for an answer, but he is, as a person, fundamentally incapable of understanding the concept of no, which explains a lot about his relationship with consent. There are 4 Chris Brown songs in the top 8, by the way. Just thought I'd rip off the band-aid now. Number 7, The Sheeran, Ed, Shed Erin. Yep, it's our boy Ed Sheeran with his first and worst hit, The A-Team.
They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream.
Even if you put aside the fact that this song is about an actual person, like, Sheeran is out here treating the most shocking parts of very real, sensitive issues like they were plot twists in a soap opera. Dude. Oh, and not to go too far down a rabbit hole, but have you heard the original version of this song?
Lady, the word rape sums up events that take place every night.
Jesus Christ.
She put you in her brother's hands only for him to formulate another plan. He's the fucking cause of your appalling state this summer. Fancy that you came to London to get pimped by your uncle.
What the hell?
And in the moment of rage, he brutally murders his niece and dumps her body in the boot of his Mercs in the street. Little.
What the fuck? Bro, who the hell? Bro, who let this dude on the fucking track? This guy fucking snuck into the track and started fucking saying random shit. What the hell?
Lady left this earth in the worst way, all because she got a card on her 13th birthday.
I do not know how to comprehend the fact that the version we got is actually a significant improvement from the original. Even Ed seems to have at some point realized that this is way too unhinged and something that needs to be memory hold. Though the smarter move would have been to just, you know, toss the whole concept outright and just push, I don't know, Lego House instead. People like that one. Anyways, yeah, the A-Team still inexcusable. Number 6, more like number 6'9", featuring Nicki Minaj and Murda Beats, Fifi.
Catch a hoe right by her toe. If she ain't fucking me and Nicki, kick that hoe right through the door.
In 2018, Murda Beats produced the beat to Nice for What, and yet Fifi was the one he was proud enough to put his name on. I mean, that's probably because Drake has too much clout for Murda Beats to be allowed to put his name on any of his songs, but my headcanon's funnier. Oh, yeah, this empty void of a song is the most pointless hit of the decade. Yup, enough said there. Cracking open the top 5 now, at number 5, we've got Chris Brown featuring Tyga and Kevin McCall. It's Deuces. Oh, you boys hate women? God, you're so special. Grow up and develop an actual personality. Jesus Christ. Also, I feel it's worth mentioning that of the 3 men on this track, one has publicly admitted to having sex with a minor, one was arrested for domestic violence, and the third is Chris Brown. And yet, somehow not the worst triplicate of rappers we saw this decade. Coming in at number 4, it's Rocco featuring Future and Rick Ross with Rape. Sorry, UOENO.
I said rape. Take her home and I enjoyed that. She didn't even know it.
Rick Ross rapped about raping a woman, and it rightfully killed his career. Sorry, I misspoke. It killed Rocco's career. Rick Ross is doing just fine. We live in a country. Well, folks, we made it to the podium. Jesus. Number 3, hello again, Chris Brown. It's She Ain't You. This one's my pick for the most underhated song of the decade, because it's just an absolute void of a song. Chris Brown basically just stole a song from a bunch of women so he could guilt trip the woman he put in the hospital for breaking up with him. Like, here's my pick for the worst 5 or so seconds of the entire decade. It's your fault, babe. I never wanted us to break up. He's centering the entire conversation around his own feelings, completely disregarding hers. Oh, boo-hoo, Chris. I'm sure you were so hurt when you... Oh, what was it? Quick content warning here for some mildly graphic descriptions of physical abuse. I'm not gonna show the photo, but skip to the timestamp on screen if you need to. 3, 2, 1. When you slammed her head against your car window, Chris, punched her in the face, bit her ear, nearly choked her to death, said you were gonna kill her, man, that must have hurt you so badly, dude. I'd say go to hell, but frankly, I don't want you anywhere near Lil Nas X either, so maybe just stop existing. Entirely? Thanks, bro. And towing right up to the line, then crossing it a half dozen times. Number 2 goes out to Robin Thicke featuring T.I. and Pharrell Williams with Blurred Lines. There has never been a simpler, more concise condemnation of American culture than Blurred Lines not only being a #1 hit for 12 weeks, not only being the 2nd biggest hit of 2013, not only being the 14th biggest hit of the decade, but as of Billboard's latest update, the 57th biggest hit of all time.
It's not that bad. It's not
And it's easily the 2010s hit I find most unpleasant to listen to, the one that makes me feel the most uncomfortable. No song has done more damage to consent or to copyright law, the latter of which, again, I'm trying not to hold against this song, but good God do I want to. Frankly, this song probably should be #1, but, well, there's one last song that embodies everything wrong with popular music in the 2010s, and if you've been paying attention, you should already know what it is.
I wasn't.
Oh, you didn't think I forgot about this piece of shit, did you?
Oh.
You'd think that at the end of it all, the end of this incredibly long video full of awful songs, that the #1 pick, the song I hold above all others as the absolute worst one, would be the song I hold the most vitriol towards, the song that makes me the angriest, the song I find most morally offensive, the song I find hardest to listen to, the song I hate the most. But nah, man, I fucking love that this song exists.
It's not even her birthday, but I wanna lick the icing out.
Birthday Cake makes worst song discussion so easy, so uncomplicated. It's so widely agreed to be actually that awful, such an obvious pick for the top of 2012 worst lists, that I've seen several people outright exclude it just so their #1 isn't obvious from the outset. Hell, I skipped it myself, mostly because I wanted to save talking about it to the very end, but I knew from the moment I started this project that absolutely nothing was going to even come close to topping it from my worst of the decade. And now that its time has come,
I mean, honestly,
I'm making my bitch.
I actually thought about it like about around an hour ago. I was like, where is it?
Which song sounds the worst? Birthday Cake, easily. Other songs may have more individually egregious moments, but no other song sounds as terrible front to back as this. Starting off with a synth akin to a tornado siren, practically warning you to turn away before its jammed printer-type beat kicks in, replete with incessant hand claps and even more alarm sounds. And its sole melodic aspect is a tune-out loop so basic that even DJ Mustard circa 2014 would have scrapped it. What song has the worst lyrics of the decade? I don't know, maybe it's the one that spends a third of its runtime on incessant repetition of a single word until it loses all its meaning, another third on a terrible malformed food sex metaphor that gets more disgusting the more you think about it, and the last third on, well... Who is the worst artist of the decade? Well, Chris Brown, obviously. The best Idiotto decade was a mid-tier club song in an era where we were absolutely drowning in club songs. Nothing, and I mean nothing, did he contribute to the musical landscape of the 2010s added any positive value. It at best met the status quo and at worst subtracted from it.
Give it to her in the worst way. Can't wait to blow candles out.
Who is the worst person of the decade? Chris Brown, again. I've mostly ragged on his most well-known offense, but he has had an uninterrupted streak of violent and abusive behavior from the moment of that incident all the way up until the present day. And unlike virtually every other abuser who saw success in the 2010s, he's a problem we're still dealing with because the industry has done its damnedest to elevate him as an artist and enable his behavior as a person.
Remember how you did it, remember how you did it. If you still wanna kiss it, come and get it.
What song sent the worst message this decade? Putting a violent abuser on a song with the woman he violently abused sends so many bad, actively harmful messages that we'd be here all day if I tried to break them all down. And I ain't exactly an expert on abuse either, so just go listen to the professionals instead.
Girl, I wanna fuck you right now. Been a long time, I've been missing your body.
But like with Tunnel Vision, the song exists more as a PR stunt than an actual song. Oh, Rihanna forgave Chris Brown, so you should too. Bite me, assholes. And I don't just mean Chris Brown, who I'm sure would jump at the chance to literally do so, but the industry at large that continues to support him to this day.
I know you want it in the worst way. Can't wait to blow my candles out. He want that.
Speaking of industry bullshit, Rihanna is the most mismanaged artist of the decade. Like, it feels like the industry really wanted Rihanna's story to revolve around not herself, but the guy who beat her. And frankly, I'm kinda upset that I've played so much into the angle in this video too, but like, the way she's been treated all but forces me to, you know?
And it's not even my birthday.
And I'm just an observer in this whole situation. Imagine being Rihanna and going through all that. By the end of 2016, she got so burnt out that she all but quit music outright. And if I were stuck working for the greedy corporate hacks that decided to put the man who beat me on a remix of one of my songs so they could make a quick buck at my expense, inadvertently putting my name on one of the worst songs of all time, then damn it, I would quit too.
Baby, I like it. It's so exciting. Don't try to hide it.
I'ma make it my
And like with Yo No, the song only really got big off its controversy, but unlike Yo No, the controversy was completely intentional. You do not put Rihanna and Chris Brown on a song together in the year 2012 without knowing exactly what you're doing. And hell, if Yo No is nothing more than its one line, then Birthday Cake is nothing more than its featuring credit. 20 weeks on the chart, peaking at number 24 on the Hot 100, and number 79 on the year end, all because some label exec scribbled featuring Chris Brown onto a remix of an interlude. maybe it isn't the
That is
absolute
so
worst song
shit.
in all, or even any of its individual offenses, but it has all of them. Everything that made or would continue to make the worst hits of the 2010s so painful to sit through. Terrible music, terrible lyrics, a terrible message sent by a terrible person, and the absolute worst case of industry exploitation of both its artists and its audience that popular music has ever seen. Birthday Cake by Rihanna featuring Chris Brown, the worst hit song of the 2010s,
You know what?
and
Valid.
worst songs ever made. Thank you
Valid.
all for tuning into today's broadcast of Radio Cacophony. I've been Crow, never ask me to do this again. If a song you thought should have been in this video wasn't, check out the best list instead. Fuck Chris Brown, trans rights or human rights, Black Lives
Wait, so
Matter.
what?
This broadcast of Radio Cacophony. I've been Crow, never ask me to do this again. If a song you thought should have been in this video wasn't, check out the best list instead. Fuck Chris Brown, trans rights or human rights, Black Lives Matter.
Is there a
Free
best list of this?
Palestine, and
Holy
I'll see
fuck.
you all again next year for the best hits
I might
of the
react.
2010s. Take care, y'all.
Oh, he's gonna do it next year. Okay. Oh wait. Best tourist based on top. Wait. Okay. 2014. Oh, okay. So these are the worst years. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I can see why. Go follow them on Twitter. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Oh my god. Look, man. That was a long ass video. It was a great video. Probably one of the best music videos I've ever seen on not music video, well, music critic based videos. Yeah. One of the best, honestly. Probably top 10. Wow. That was great. That was awesome. Very interesting takes. Honestly, a lot of unexpected things. What's at the end? Is there anything? Okay. No, there's nothing. Yeah, man. Bro. Oh my god. 2022 year end ranked the top. Bro, I gotta watch this dude's videos. Oh my god. Okay. Bro, I didn't even know like this person was a reviewer. Well, I mean, I didn't know who they were until like the double agent talked about it on Twitter, talked about this video. He didn't talk about it, he just leaked it. Great video, honestly. The number one for the decade, I 100% agree with that song. It's fucking terrible. Holy shit. Definitely a lot of bad opinions, like the Drake being part of the worst of, like, Hotline Bling being 10 for the worst of the decade. That is egregious. I would never do that, honestly. Rather Be being one of the worst. Latch. I mean, obviously this is their opinion. And, you know, like I said before, this is what I like with reviewers who are like real and like aren't afraid to have hot takes. You know that it's real. That's the thing. You know that they're not pandering. You know that they're not saying this just to look good. They're having these hot takes and they're saying them out loud because they're not afraid to speak their truth, and they're not afraid to be hated on or like, you know, like canceled for their opinion. And I 100% respect that, honestly. Like I dogged on this dude basically the entire video for how many bad takes it's on it. But at the end of the day, it's their opinion. You know what I'm saying? And you can't change that. And, you know, I respect their opinion. Like, you should respect everyone's opinions. And, yeah, great video. Link in the description. Go like, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Oh my god, this video is so great. Yeah, man. Great video. And I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to me. Like this video. Oh my god, Jesus. And, yeah, that's it. See ya.